That says we're live. You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. I want to give a salute to the legend, Kobe Bean Bryant, Hall of Famer officially. Congratulations to the legendary Kobe Bryant. I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on, everybody? This is Trill Dollar Bill Cosell.
Yo, and as y'all can see, the champ is here. This is Ned's OG. But hold on, before Ned go.
Nah. We before you do all that, we gotta have more people in here. G, we got 3 people in here.
All right, man. You know,
we ain't gonna dive into that yet. Let's.
I was ready to go, man. Go ahead, TBE.
Your king is here. Thank you, Hazik. Yo, TBE Nation. I'd like to apologize for my performance yesterday.
Yo, bro, there's 7 people in here again.
It's
we got
the TBE
real quick. Yeah, let it build up.
Let it build up.
We want to see who's in the house right now.
Scotland's in the house.
Who's in the house right now? And where you from? Shout out to Scotland. Davey I from Scotland. Was that Ramanaj? Salute to you.
Michael, you doing me like this already, brother? You doing me like this already? It's too early. It just started.
Yo, come on, man. Yo, you see this is what I'm talking about. That's why Chisora always got people screaming robbery. Now they got people screaming robbery for Ned.
Rematch.
What up, baby? What's good? Ruben Guerrero, what's good?
Oh,
London in the house.
One of the people about to shout out. Salute. You know,
London in the house.
We got London in the building.
We got Scotland. All right.
Shout out to Always
in
the Red.
The house. We got Philly in the house.
Team walk with me. Let's do it. Shout out you know what I mean?
Team G in the building, heavy.
All right.
Well, hold up. We got Jamaica in the building. Omega King.
By the way, up Jamaica in the house.
Shout out to Jamaica. I gotta go. See, now I'm gonna get me some Jamaican food when I leave. I'm gonna go get me some curry goat, some stewed chicken, rice and peas. You know what I'm saying? It's going down.
Yeah. Okay.
London in the house.
London in the house. Yeah.
We still got the Net Eye Army in the building. We still got the Net Eye Army in the building.
Let's go.
Oh, hold up. Nigeria in the building.
All right.
Nigeria in the house.
We're going to mess up these flags. Hold on. I think one of them is Mexico. What's the other one?
That's Ghana, right?
Morocco?
No. Oh,
that's not Morocco?
That's not Ghana?
Nah, bro.
No.
We're gonna fix. Hey, Mama Shree, you got to let us know. You gotta type that in. We're gonna shout out those countries. We know the first one's Mexico. We know that. You know.
Shout out to Mexico.
Salute, Billy. I see you.
Salute to
Bob. We got Denmark in the house.
Denmark in the building. All right.
Wood in the house. See you, Guerrero.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's Ghana right there.
The house. I mean,
that's Ghana
Libya.
right
there. All right. Well, Libya in the house.
Libya, okay.
Libya in the house. Word. I like that. So love all around the world. Y'all know where we from. Boston in the house.
Hey.
That's right.
You're not gonna do that.
Hold on. Denmark in the house.
That's them. Is that Denmark?
Denmark up there. All the way up.
Yeah, we shout
we shout out Denmark.
Okay.
Yeah, we need help. What we need you to tell us what flag this is.
I don't know, man.
Italy's in the house.
Oh, we got Italy.
Italy.
Go
ahead, Nat. The TBE.
Jeez.
All right.
Not enough UK person. You know what I mean?
UK definitely in the house.
Yo.
Lady said, "Watch your mouth, Lady said, yo." Lady said we from Milwaukee.
Lady Shea told her that we were from Boston.
She thought we was from Milwaukee.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Malaysia in the building. Salute.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's dope.
Malaysia in the house.
We got Ireland in the house.
Oh, yeah. Ireland in the building. Salute.
Yeah. All right. What else we got?
We got Lady T in the house. Salute to Lady T.
Yep.
Hopefully she's in better mood today.
Hey.
And I believe all that's from New York, so we got New York in the house.
That's right. We got Harlem in the building.
Yeah.
Home of the
New York in
Dipset.
the house.
Home of the Dipset. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing this in honor of Cam. You know, the Pepto-Bismol colored hoodie.
Yo, Dave, man, everything was gonna up and up. I promise you.
You still TBE, man. Now you still got netites out here, man. You know what I mean?
Thank you, David.
Oh, Singapore in the house.
Singapore in the house.
Hold on, yo, all let's comment. That must have been getting some loving before the fight. Hey, man.
I let my guard down.
Yo, allegedly, G ruined that getting some loving. Allegedly, but
no comment, man. No
Colorado in the house.
Story. You know what I mean? Colorado's in the building.
Yeah, that's Miss Lisa T. I'm afraid for my brother's safety.
I'm never going to Colorado again.
That's what I was about to say. I'm going to Colorado. Shoot. I'm going to be on pins and needles.
Damn, man. They calling you Ruiz from part 2, bro. They saying you Ned Ruiz Jr., man. That's crazy.
Yeah, watch your mouth, yo. I'll be back, yo. It was a slip up, yo. I know better. I'll do better. TB.
Yo, what they call that? Sweet TBE. You know what I'm saying?
TV sweet.
TB sweet, yo.
Oh man. Oh wow. G, take that strap off and watch your mouth. You know what I mean? Oh man. Yo, Ned, how many L's can you take in a day? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, man, I don't take L's. I take lessons, yo. So it's
I thought you were about to say something else.
See, fix your mind, fix your conscience, yo. The punch off is over. Fix your conscience.
Yo, Ruiz will rule, man. Ruiz will. Don't. Hey, listen. You see, we got Ned Ruiz Jr. fans. Let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Ned, you let the whole London down.
Mm-hmm.
My man.
Ned felt sorry for the old man when he let him win.
You let the whole London down. He said, Ned, London was rooting for you. What happened?
My bad, London. My bad.
Alone, man. You know what I'm saying?
You see what
Rachel? You know what? Rachel, you're right. I gotta get back to being humble.
Nah, you know what? This reminds me of a story. I gotta tell the story about G. G is not gonna be gracious in victory because that's not what he does. G can get very, very petty, and I'm gonna tell you a story about G. We all went bowling, right? And when we went bowling, before we went bowling, G was talking so much gorilla stuff like I'm the god, respect your god. You see this? G does this thing where he tries to like intimidate people. He flexes and tries to make his back look big and doing all this before we went bowling, right? Yo, I'm telling you, we were all like, G was bringing the smoke to everyone. We rolled the first round. G came in dead last. G's ego was crushed. Yo, G was so silent. He just sat down and said nothing. The entire night, like 45 minutes had went past and we're bowling the second round and we're all joking, eating, laughing, G saying nothing. So we're like 2 pins from completing the whole game. And we look up and we realize G's in the lead. When we look at G, like you ain't say nothing this whole time, you just quiet in the lead. So now we're all focused to try to beat G, right? So we all have no chance. The only person who has a chance is my boy Daniel. So Daniel's rolling, right? and then he gets a strike. So he's close to beating G on the last roll, but he needed a strike. He rolls it. He missed the strike. He gets the split. As soon as he missed, G's like, yeah, all you suckers, a bunch of bums, think you can beat the God. Respect me, losers. So then we go, okay, G. So we say, okay, G, you got that. Let's run it back. G's like, nah, bowling's over. We ain't getting nobody.
Hold on. This is what he's not telling y'all. I begged them for the second game because they were like, nah, we good. I'm like, yo, come on, yo. Just this one game and we done. They were like, all right, cool. Thinking I was going to get washed. I had to spank all my kids that day. Bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I told you the bowling God. You know what I mean? But it's all good, though. Stay humble. All that, I ain't forget. I mean, Rachel, I ain't forget about you. We staying humble in victory. Ned is a great champion.
For now. But look at your watch and see how long that'll last.
Oh, I'm a Gemini. Well, I was a Gemini. I heard now they done changed the whole zodiac signs, but I'm a Gemini.
I don't even know what you. I was.
Well, they changed all. They added a 13th zodiac sign, so now everybody's thing is different. Y'all might have to Google it, man. Like,
ooh, the Scorpios are going to be mad now.
Dougie Quiz, what's good, my man? He finally caught the live. That's what's up.
And salute to Irish boxing, bro. You another one, man. You a real one right there.
You sure the house?
I'm just going to say thing, yo.
Yo, G never gave us another shot to beat him. To this day, he hasn't given us another shot to beat him. Yo, we need to set that up.
Yo, they really doing the hashtag watch your mouth.
Thank you. Hashtag watch your mouth. Man. Thank you. Oh man.
All right, yo, so we start.
All right, y'all ready to start? All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is recap the punch off. Oh God, you see that? You gotta put that. You got. He hit him with the old Pedro Martinez.
Yo, you're Rachel. I'll sing that
too. Who's your daddy?
Oh man.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna recap the punch off. Now, if you haven't seen the punch off by now, G captured victory over Ned the TBE. So G, the floor is yours. Is there anything you'd like to do with your time, G?
I prepared a little list. You know what I mean? First and foremost, I got a couple of shout outs. I'm gonna first shout out my day one haters. So we got Stretch. Shame on you. I didn't even want to take your money. I gave you 3 seconds to be like, you know what? I'm not even going to do this bet. G, yo, thank you so much. I tried to give him an out. He was talking real spicy. So I said, yo, I'm going to take your bread as a lesson to you, my son. You know? So, to him. Now, I'm going to do this.
Talk your man. Talk your
this in the order of the hate. You know what I mean? Next up, we got Arlette. Reason why, and Arlette never really came at my life, but she was always team TBE. So I just didn't like that. So shout out to Arlette. With my man Al Capone, I hope this dude makes this live chat. Al Capone was talking spicy yesterday. I was like, bruh, you just made my bronze bomber list. You number 3 with the hate. So Al Capone, respect yourself. Then we got Lady Shan. Shame on you, Lady Shan. I don't know what it is. I don't know because Ned was on your show and you say you go on Ned Squad. Yo, these Nedites are getting ridiculous, yo. Fight fan figures, bruh. I don't know what you see in Ned, but bless your soul. And the final hate, and this is shameful because I know her. Ned's little sister. You know what I mean? I was like, why is Ned's little sister going hard for Ned? Knowing that I was gonna body bag Ned. You feel me? And she gonna disrespect me talking about, yo, G, you nothing. Yo, my brother's the TBE. The TBE. God bless you too. So now, let me give some salutes to the real day ones. We got Rico, salute. We got Karma Serene, salute. LK, salute. Rachel, salute. Irish Boxing Bro, salute. Zombie Ray, salute. And special shout out to Mr. T for that image. Hold on, Katie, if you could, you know.
I got you, my brother. I got you, my brother.
Oh, man. You know what I mean?
It's your moment, big dog. It's your moment, big dog.
You know what I'm saying? I'm almost done. I promise you, I'm almost done.
If you can see
look at that image. Look at that graphic design. Look at that. TB Sweet. Look at that. Hold on. You got to click on it, though, because you got to see Ned. You can't see Ned in that picture. You probably see him, though. All right, yo. That one, bro. You know what I mean? And then, you know what? I just got one last one, man. Salute to my son, Baby Wilder, for letting the TBE Nation down, man. Quickly finger salute to everybody, man. On that left. That just logged off, man. Oh man, yo, this dude that really just logged off everybody, you know.
Nah, keep going, bro. It's your time. Keep going.
That was my last shout out was Ned, man. Once I shouted out my son, he just dipped, you know. Bro. Yo, you know what it is? I already know what it is. He gonna change his undershirt because I was gonna make him take off the hoodie. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, everybody. The show must go on, G.
Yeah, you know what?
Keep going, G.
So, what y'all don't understand, right? Oh, Ned's back. Okay. Yo, Ned, why'd you log off?
I didn't log off. I was the Wi-Fi. I was changing to the stronger.
Oh, so the AOL.
Watch your mouth, man.
Yo, don't interrupt G's moment. Hey, Ned,
Ned,
don't interrupt G's moment. Hey, G, you was about to thank your son.
Yeah, how about hold on. Yo, Ned, can you do me a solid?
Nope.
Can you zip down your hoodie for the audience, please?
No.
For the audience, please.
I will not.
Yo, listen. Okay, I promise you, if you do this one solid for me, I won't clown you for the rest of the show. I swear on the belt. Let's get it. Come on, champ. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. I can't do it. You know what? I exposed the chat. I
unzip it. Yeah, let's go, champ.
Yo, man. I said I was gonna wear this to the gym. I had no idea G was gonna pull that. He did at the end of the push off. I was gonna wear this to the gym, and then G, when G unzipped his hoodie, I was like, if I would have got Ethan wearing that, I would have got Ethan. It would have been over for the TVE. TVE Nation would have resigned and left the building. I swear. But shout out to G.
Oh man, I spiked Ned's water.
Hey man.
No, but man. I'm a man of my word. I ain't gonna clown you for the rest of the show, man.
G, you don't gotta honor that, G. It's your day.
Nah, I gotta honor it, man.
You don't gotta honor that, G.
He wasn't gonna show the glitter if I didn't say that, you know. So, salute, man.
Yo, G, technically, you just broke your promise to him.
What you mean?
Like right there.
Oh no, I didn't even bring smoke. Nah, you know how
you did. You said he wouldn't have shown the glitter if I didn't say that.
Yeah, but
technically, you just broke your promise right there.
The commissioner. Let me ask the commissioner this question: yes or no? Doesn't that shirt got glitter?
Yeah, you get away with a pass on that one.
Bless you.
Hey,
my fault.
What you know me?
Just got glitter.
What am I supposed to do?
But it did sound funny than a monkey.
Nah, man, salute to everybody that logged in and watched it. Yo, I had a great time. It was fun. You know, I think we all had a great time, including TBE, man. So, crooked finger salute to everybody that logged in.
And lost some money. Like my man Michael Buffer.
I know somebody wrote TBE cost me $40 in the joint. I'm like, oh, people really made money on this.
Michael Buffer said he's homeless now. He said, now I'm homeless because of the TBE.
Oh man.
Yo, Stretch talk about he got to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches now for the whole week because of TBE. Oh man, I'm sick of this. You know what? I'm gonna address this when it's my time, but it's not my time right now. We're gonna turn it over to Ned, the TBE. What do you have to say to TBE Nation? The people who lost money on you. Hold on, Ned. Hold on, Ned. The people who lost money on you. The people who gotta eat peanut butter jelly sandwiches, bodega food, and nasty Swanson and Hungry Man microwave dinners now because they can't afford to feed themselves because they believed in you. What you got to say to the people who looked at you? Hold on, Ned. What you got to say to the people who looked at you as an inspiration, as proof that you can rise through adversity and accomplish great things? The people who looked at you as a symbol of hope. The people who looked at you as motivation that they can someday rise above and be better than they thought they could. And you let them fall down. What do you have to say for that?
Talk about just throwing the dirt on them.
I want to say after all of that, my apologies to those that I have set back in their life. But, you know, keep the faith. Keep your heart strong. Be a TBE citizen. And I will one day rise again out of the ashes. I will one day become great. And we will all see the mountainside. We will all be at the table, all right? Come on, TBE Nation. Yesterday, I let y'all down. I'm not happy with the performance I gave. I came in late. I wasn't focused. I wasn't locked in. And, you know, I'm not going to make no excuses, yo. Let's just leave the excuses alone. I'm not going to entertain anything. I just know I'm going to have my day, and I'm going to have that. I'm going to take G's. That G was the first one to hit the green shorty. So I'm going to get it back. I'm going to get my belt back. I'm going to get my belt back. And, it was supposed to be mine, but, you know. Shout out. I'm not gonna. G was the better man yesterday, and I'm gonna be back, yo. TBE, stay strong. It's not over. We out here.
Yo, all right. Oh, so Ned, did any of your supporters reach out to you and give you any words?
Yes. Shout out to what my sister. She gave me some words like, yo, it's all good, yo. Don't trip. Shout out to Trell, yo. Trell was like, yo, TB, you bounce back, yo, it's nothing, yo, this ain't real, blah, blah, blah. And then, shout out to, the boxing sister, Lady Shane, yo, she hit me with the message, yo. Let me play it for y'all real quick.
You gotta turn that up, bro.
Yeah, you fine.
Oh, sorry about that.
You gotta put it to your ear, bro. Right? You're using your joint.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, I'm using my. Hold on. Sorry about that, y'all.
I'm watching the punch off now, Ned. Ned. You didn't do any training, clearly. Oh, gosh. You guys crack me up. Ned, that was bad. I've just started with you doing your punches, and it's bad, Ned. I hope it picks up after this. TVE, baby. Hope you're good, bro. Oh, gosh. Stay in boxing. Well,
I'll leave it at that. But you already know. She gave me some. She tried to build me up after the fight. I appreciate TBE Nation. I'm not down. We're gonna bounce back from this, and I'll be prepared. I'll be Monday in my next punch on. That's all I say.
All right, man. TBE, salute to you for taking this defeat and letting down the entire UK and the Nedites and all the people who believed in you and looked at you as a symbol of hope. Much respect to you. Now, Trill Dollar Bill. What were your thoughts on the punch off? Salute to Rico. Shout out to my man Rico.
Yo, much love to my brother Rico. What's up, Rico? How you
Rico,
doing,
you kicked that? Yo, hold on, I gotta redo my list, man.
Yeah, I know you gotta give Rico some love.
I thought Rico picked me, man. Yo, I take it back, people. You know what I'm saying? Rico gets off my shout out.
Hey, GG, just spare the rest of
Rico
TBE
picked you,
Nation.
bro. He's capping right now.
All right.
Rico picked you. He's just capping right now, bro.
Just spare the rest. Spare the rest of TBE
Show
Nation.
my man Rico some love. Rico a good guy, and he's a boxing bro for real.
Rico, and shout out to Rico. Rico started his channel, so if you get a chance, check out some of his videos.
Yo, definitely, man. Everybody subscribe, man. Hold on, let me show y'all. So, it's ZIM_KO-boxing, man. Everybody go subscribe to his YouTube channel for real. Show some love, all right? Yeah, salute to you too, my homie. All right.
All right, Dog Bill.
Go ahead.
Dog Bill, you were about to give your take.
I thought that the punch off was amazing, as we said it was gonna be. You know, the first one it lived up to the hype. It lived up to the hype. It lived up to the expectation of the first one. I think, it just depends on what you was looking for. You know, I know Team TBE felt like they was let down, but you know, it happens. You know, it happens. I think with Ned the TBE, what happened was, I think it was he listened to us when we said you have to be mentally, you know what I'm saying, focused. You gotta be, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be in it all the way, mentally. You know what I'm saying? You gotta believe. You know? That's what we kept pushing on him. I kept pushing that on him. Kaden kept pushing it on him. You gotta believe and you gotta think that you can do it. But I think we didn't stress the fact that you gotta train. So I think that, you know, Ned the TBE, the next time we see him out, you know, he's going to get back in the gym. We're going to train, and we're going to see a better TBE. G, give G his props. You got to give G his props. You know why? Because G was the favorite to win this punch off when it first started. He came in overconfident, and he came out a little short. Got the draw. And everybody roasted G. People that was once G became TBE.
Stretch.
Shout out to Stretch. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to keep taking too many shots at the homie Stretch, bro. Just let you know that right now.
He's gonna step in for the next punch off. You know what I'm saying?
Stretch versus Ned on the undercard, man. Let's make it happen.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, I think
you don't even believe that.
Yes, she do. Yes, she do. You know what I'm saying?
He probably does.
You know,
That's fanatic at his finest. That's fanatic at his finest. All right, go ahead, Dog.
Oh yeah, what I'm saying, G deserves all the love that he gets because he had to deal with the taunting in the comment section. He had to deal with everybody telling the stories of karma on G.
Don't forget my new name, Slippery G. I had to eat that.
He had to switch his name to Slippery G. And it was so dope. He took all that.
Oh, hold up, yo. This is dope. I gotta give a shout out to my man, Boxing Wave. Salute to you, Boxing Wave.
Man.
You even
that's the real Boxing Wave?
Yeah, I believe that's the real Boxing Wave, man. Boxing Wave.
Salute.
He does that. Yeah, he does dope.
Great content, dope videos. I like the videos that he does with his pops. His pops be putting it down. So salute to Boxing Wave.
Much respect. Yeah. Like I was saying, like G's a real one, man. He took all that. He took all the comments, he took all the banter and all that, and he came out ready, wasn't joking, and he proved, that he the hook master. He came in to seek and destroy. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't playing, not playing at all. You know what I'm saying? He didn't play with the ring walk, and he didn't play with the you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? TVE got tired. Too much on his ring walk. He did too much on his ring walk. He got tired. You know what I'm saying?
These comments are getting crazier now.
Yo, his bag was too heavy.
Yeah, shout out to G, man. So I definitely want to shout out to G because you took all the banter, you took all the criticism and all the comments, and you rock with it. You was a good sport about it. So yeah, man, I want to salute you on the victory, man, because yeah, well deserved. Well deserved. You came through focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I just want to say quickly that I think Ned and G are two great guys, funny guys, and this all started because these guys go back and forth with each other at the gym, and it's like super hilarious, and we wanted to share with you what we see on a regular basis, which is these two dudes going at it like that. So that competition you saw is something that would normally have been an insider between us, but we were like, yo, we gotta let the people see how hilarious this is, because what you don't know is that wasn't the punch off you saw, wasn't the first one.
It was the second.
It was the second one that y'all saw because they had one where they were arguing with each other about who hit harder.
Hold on. But can we ask now who won the first one?
Yo, that's like Rocky in Apollo's unofficial fight, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
No one that's funny.
You right.
Yo, G, that's why we want the trilogy, because you know the real. You know the real. The first one, the sparring.
Man, I know you got to talk about sparring with me again. I told you I was going to bring no smoke today. So are you going to talk about it? If you talk about it,
I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm
just saying, yo, we know what it was, and then the official punch out, we know what it was. But I apologize for my performance. That's all I'm gonna leave it at that. Leave it at that.
Yeah. So, like, what I was saying is, these guys do it, so we want to show it to you. But what people don't understand is they're great sports. So, like, we can crack jokes on G. G is one of the most easygoing. Like, he can take a joke, he can deliver a joke. Same with Ned. So, and we do this on each other. So all you're witnessing is us just clowning with each other. We're just letting you into this moment. So salute to G, salute to Ned for another entertaining event. It was funny, and we'll see what happens. There may be another punch off on the way. G keeps calling out Caden, and when I was a kid, I was always told, you keep talking about the devil's going to come.
That's all.
So, the thing about it is, I'm just going to tell y'all, there's not even any one of them that can really hold the mitts for me. That's just a fact.
I'm just saying it like this. I might not even allow Caden to do it if the contract ain't right. You know what I'm saying? The money got to be right.
I'm going to tell y'all like this. I got a line. This isn't, I'm trying to make this harder. I might do this with like weights on my wrist, and I'll still win. Like, so it is what it is.
Yo, listen. Yo, Ned, I'm gonna create my IG. It's gonna be G's Road to Undisputed, man. When it gets everybody come.
Ned, you got $1,000. Like, you got to bet your house on me and G. Who you betting it on?
You know I'm going with you.
Hold on. Before you answer that, Ned. I just want everybody to know, just for purposes, Ned, for if you had $1,000, you give it to me first. I make sure that Caden get the full 600, okay? So just go ahead.
You see that? That's someone who clearly has never seen me before. You're right, bro. And I'm gonna bet with you personally when this happens too. Me and you, what's that? Jacob Gossip, We gonna bet me and you straight like that.
Hey,
but we'll make it happen. We're gonna figure out a way to make it happen.
Yeah, but that's how we should talk about that now. Like how we gonna? Because listen.
Yeah.
You know, we asked Stretch, man, because Stretch could hold the mitts, but apparently Stretch don't want a migraine, man. So, you know, right now we got to figure this out. So we're trying to figure out how can we do it. Hayden came up with a good idea, but I'm like, I don't know if I can commit to that right now. Let me get a thorough training camp. You know what I mean? But how about this, okay, to explain the idea? You know what I mean? Maybe people might like that idea.
I don't want that smoke, brother. You're right. not with Ned, but the Army. I don't want that smoke with the Army. All right, so here's the deal. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. G punches hard, so it's difficult for someone to catch like G punching as hard as he can for that many punches. And Ned punches hard as well. So when you have me and G doing it, and if G's being honest with y'all, G gets tired holding the mitts for me when I'm punching hard after one round. So
I still hold it, yo. Come on, man.
Still hold it, but you get tired, bro. It is what it is. Am I lying? Am I lying? Am I lying? No.
I'll say this. If Hayden is doing a punch off with anybody else, I promise you, as the ref, I'm going to be prepared. I'm going to catch everything. I'm going to do everything right. You know what I mean? It won't be because of the ref messing up. It won't be because of G messing up. I'll say that. Go ahead.
Here's the deal. Not even all like joking and trash talking aside. G punches hard. I punch hard. So someone catching that, it's going to take a lot out of them. And David, when he catches them for us, when we punch like during the gym sessions, and we're not even punching as hard as we can, he said he gets migraines. Like he said he gets migraines from it. And it is like a lot of whatever. So for me and G to do a punch off, we need to find someone who can hold the mitts, which is very difficult right now. So what we're thinking about doing is having someone wear a bodysuit, and we'll strike the bodysuit and have the person say who hit the hardest based on that. But now we're having a hard time finding someone to wear the bodysuit. So that's what's happening right now.
But then you came up with the other idea. We both.
I came up with the other idea, was to be I wear a bodysuit, G wear a bodysuit, and we punch each other to see who quits first.
Oh man. Oh.
So
hey man, listen. I'm gonna say this. If I die, just know haters not invited to my funeral.
Listen, good luck, Trill. Like I'm gonna be the one holding the bodysuit, bro. Chelsea wear the suit.
We're going to figure out a way to make it happen because it's going to be entertaining, and I think that the people will want to see it. But there's still belts out there that need to be collected. So
me and Katie, that's you see that one by Irish Boxing Bro.
What we say?
That was hilarious.
Oh yeah, you wearing a suit?
Yeah.
Yo, these are crazy.
Yo, bro, I can't. Yo, I'm telling y'all right now,
you wouldn't be able to do it.
This is not even, bro. If y'all knew, I'm telling you right now, you got anyone who knows all of us will tell you, like, this isn't even close. Like,
oh, come on, don't disrespect me. Man.
I'm being honest, G.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to disrespect you, dog. There's levels, and you know that. And
listen, give me
power.
Give me
close.
Yo, listen, give me.
I'll give you all the time you need.
Give me 4 months.
What am I going to do in that 4 months?
I don't know. It don't matter.
What am I going to do in that 4 months?
It's all about the champ. Give me 4 months for undisputed.
Yo, listen, we can do it. We can do it. Hey, G, we can do it tomorrow. We can do it in 4 months.
I don't want tomorrow.
It don't matter.
I don't want tomorrow.
It don't matter.
4 months, champ. Give me 4 months.
It don't matter.
We ain't here to see what's up, bro.
Give me 4 months, champ. I got you. You know what I mean? Yo, and Ned, shame on you because you ain't even saying nothing right now.
Yo, you want him to lie for you, Ned? Speak honestly, 100%, bro. Like no jokes aside. Like who
Man,
Ned.
I
Wow,
already
word.
said I'm betting the life savings, the student,
Alright.
my kids' college fund on Caden. Yo, we going up off of this one. That's all
Give
I'm
me the
saying.
money first.
That's all I'm saying.
Aiden get it all. I'm the
Yo, how about
middleman.
this? Yo, Kaden and I hit Ned. Ned, you wear the bodysuit.
Nah.
You try?
Nah.
Nah, don't do that to Ned.
Nah.
No,
We'll
man.
figure out a way. It'll be fun. We'll figure out a way to be fun.
We'll make it happen, yo. This time.
We're gonna figure
now,
out a way. We're gonna figure out a way to make it happen.
Right now, G need to focus on Complex and maybe the trilogy.
I'll be happy with your limitation.
Bro, I just want everyone to know I'm not even taking pride in this. Remember, I didn't even want to do it. He called me out. I didn't even want to show my skills like that. I didn't even want to do it. Remember, he called me out. Just remember that. So, hey, you called me, I gotta show up. But we're gonna move on to something else. Let's move on to the actual fights and events that are taking place. So, G, if you could kindly pull up.
First up, we got Caleb Plant says Canelo can't F with him.
So, Caleb Plant was given an interview, and in that interview, Caleb Plant said that Canelo can't F with him. So, I want you to take a listen to that. All right. So, it should already be queued up. Now, when we're doing it live on this platform, it's a little difficult to queue up videos, but I think I got it figured out.
Here and there. But, you know, one fight doesn't change your whole mentality on or my perception of him. You know what I'm saying? This has been, you know, a long time coming where I felt like there's just things that I hold over him that he can't, you know, when it comes down to it, that he just can't fuck with me.
What are those things, if you can be in specific? Not giving away, you know, game plan-wise, but what do you feel inside that he can't touch on you?
When that fight gets signed, Marcos, you just have to tune in and you'll see.
So you heard Caleb Plant say that Canelo can't F with him. There's things about him and he just can't F with him. But when Marcos asked him to elaborate, he didn't want to do so. But, however, there's another clip where he does elaborate, and so I'm going to play that for you right now. And here's the clip.
But if you could, what ways are you better than Canelo? Or what are the attributes that's going to give him the biggest problem, though?
I mean, I feel like, you know, that I have a lot of attributes. And like I said, I can show you better than I can tell you, but I'm faster than him. I feel like I'm just as explosive, if not more. I got better footwork than him. My defense is better than, you know, any of these guys that he's fought recently. You can't compare me to these guys that he's fought recently, these UK level guys. And I know that the UK as far as heavyweights go, you know, they seem to have that on lockdown. But that's been a saying for a long time in boxing that, you know, UK level guys. And as far as Callum or Yildirim or Billy Joe, you know, as far as their discipline and their dedication to the sport, you can't compare that to mine. That's disrespectful. My defense, my footwork, my ring IQ, you can't compare me to them. That's disrespectful. So as far as anyone thinking that just because me and Billy may both have some slickness to our style, to compare us and say that we're the same fighter or the same man or the same person, it's disrespectful because it's not even close.
I feel like you'll test them in the exchanges in a way.
So there you have it. That is Caleb Plant's words on how Canelo can't F with him and all the reasons why he thinks he's better than Canelo. G, since you're the man of the hour, the man with the belt, the punch off, the world bros punch off champion, what's your reaction to what Caleb Plant had to say about Canelo?
All right, yo, I'm going to say this. Everyone, please walk with me. I know people going to be like, this guy's bugging. But I'll say this. Certain things that he said, I believe he's correct. Listen, all right, this is what I honestly believe. He'll have a better chance than Billy Joe Saunders. The reason why is because defensively he is better than Billy Joe. I'll give him that. And another thing is Caleb Plant stays on his tippy toes, meaning he's going to stay moving. So it's going to be a lot harder for Canelo to hit Caleb Plant than it was for Billy Joe. Remember, there was even times where Billy Joe took the action to Canelo, which to me wasn't a good idea. And obviously it ended badly for him. But I ain't going to front, man. Listen, Canelo's that dude right now. It's going to be really, really tough, Caleb Plant, man. Listen, I always like to root for the home team. I do. You know what I mean? So for you to pull this off, if you just make it all 12 rounds, that's a victory within itself, bro. So, get the fight, negotiate a big payday, and just be happy with that, man. But I do agree with him that you can't compare Billy Joe Saunders' performance to Canelo to a Caleb Plant because they are both slick fighters, but slick in different ways, And so, but I will say this, though. Caleb Plant doesn't necessarily have power either. So, for all we know, Canelo might just take a shot just to give a shot, and we all know Canelo's an excellent counterpuncher. So it's going to be really, 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 really difficult for Caleb Plant. So Caleb Plant just got to literally do the points game for the entire fight and be perfect for that entire fight. So it is a lot. It's really dangerous for Plant. But, man, if you just make it to 12, man, you'll win it in my eyes.
Dollar bill.
That's the only way he's going to be a winner. Is if he survives to the 12th round. Caleb Plant, I like you. Pull a G right there. I like you a lot. And I respect the way that you box. I really do. I'm not going to blame you. I'm going to blame your promotional team. Because who have they put you in to prepare you for somebody, a monster like Canelo? Yeah, it looks good on the outside when you're watching TV. Yeah, I think I can get it, just like they used to say about Floyd. But I'm promising you, it's different when you get in there. It's different when you get in there. Yo. Caleb Plant, I just think that you should just, play the humble role. Be respectful. Like Ned would say, watch your mouth. Because when Canelo was saying how Canelo was talking, he said, what's next? He said, what's next? He said, yo, this is easy work. He was like, this was work. This is easy work. What's next? I'm ready for the next one. This is going to be easy. Canelo is going to be undisputed champion of the world. Because I don't see, there's no way that I see Caleb Plant being able to stop this train that's coming through, the Canelo train. This is my honest opinion.
All right, TBE.
Man, I think all these fighters do this to psych themselves up to fight Canelo, but deep down inside they have that. They know they're not skilled enough. They don't train hard enough. They're not dedicated. Gee, what's that?
Nah, the comments.
Oh, the comments?
Oh, yeah.
Fix your face for the comment section. But but I feel
that's the dude who sponsored the punch off.
Knock him down, break his face.
Solo Bond, you know what I mean?
My man Solo Bond, salute to you.
Yeah, so I don't see any way. I don't feel Caleb is at that level where he could take on the Canelo right now. I think he is the weakest of Callum, Benavidez, BJS, Who else was ranked up there? Whatever. He was the weakest of those fighters. And I feel he'll get Canelo. Canelo will expose him. And when they sign the contract, when this fight happens, he's not gonna go 12. I think he's gonna quit on the stool. Like he's gonna quit. It's gonna be worse. It's gonna be a bad beating for him. So I know you just try to get yourself in that mindset to fight Canelo, but it's not it, bro.
Yo, Caleb, before you go, I just think that should be a segment. How would Canelo actually beat Caleb Plant? But
yeah.
Hey, yo, we can talk about that if that's what y'all want to do.
All right, sure. If you want to. I know how he.
Well, you know what? We could do it after the next topic, because the next topic is Benavidez and what he says, and then we can, when you react to it, you can just go into it. But briefly, I don't really have much to say on this, except this is what you're supposed to do when you're fighting someone. You're supposed to look at all the ways in which you think you can win, what advantages you have over that person. He believes he's faster. He believes he's slicker. He's looking at the last few opponents, and he's looking at Callum Smith, and he's saying that Callum Smith was a UK level fighter, and he's saying that Billy Joe Saunders was a UK level fighter. That's cool, but these guys were world champions. They were world champions, and Callum Smith was ranked number 1 by all of the recognized ranking organizations as the number 1 super middleweight in the world. And Billy Joe Saunders was viewed as a serious threat to Canelo, as you can tell by the predictions and what a lot of people had to say. So when you look at what he did with these guys, you can say that they're UK level. But I have a question for Caleb Plant, and my question would be, seriously, what level is Caleb Truax? What level is he?
Thank you.
Caleb Truax wouldn't even be UK level, in my opinion. He had a terrible fight with Kid Chocolate, right? That fight was terrible. They both end up getting like a no contest or something out of that fight. And then he fought Caleb Truax when he was way past his prime, and you went the distance with him. You couldn't even stop him. So I'll ask Caleb Plant this question. What do you think Canelo Alvarez would do to Caleb Truax? Because I think he would stop him early. So, again, you can do the whole comparison thing. What I will give Caleb Plant is he does have a lot of great things going for him. He has good footwork. He has slick boxing skills. He has good speed. He has good timing. He throws a variety of punches. But at the end of the day, is he going to have enough pop to keep Canelo off of him? He thinks he's faster than Canelo, but timing offsets speed. And do you have better timing than Canelo? See, all these things are what we're going to have to find out. But I think for Caleb Plant to talk about Canelo's level of opposition, he needs to look in the mirror. Now, he's claiming he fought better fighters than the amateurs, but you and I both know the amateurs are amateurs for a reason. See, Terrence Crawford wasn't the best in the amateurs, but now he's looked at as, by some, the pound-for-pound best. There's no denying Terrence Crawford's a better fighter as a professional than he was in the amateurs. See, that's why you can't really go off of the amateurs like that. So, yeah, you may have been fighting guys who have bigger names when they were amateurs, now that they're in the professional level, but that don't mean they were as good in the amateurs. And you still was wearing headgear and all that other stuff, bro. So you really can't downplay it. On a professional level, Canelo's the most proven, the most tested, best resume, and don't you forget that.
Right.
Let's get into the next topic. So, my boy, David Benavidez says Plant is a B word, and he's the man that could beat Canelo.
G's boy. G flip-flopped on a Benavidez train, but we gonna let that slide.
What are you talking about? I think Benavidez is the one that can actually beat Canelo. I mean, if I had to put money on anybody to beat Canelo, it would be David Benavidez.
You know, this is why I love G. He act like he didn't pick Anthony Durrell to beat David Benavidez.
But that ain't Canelo, bro.
He wasn't hip yet.
That ain't Canelo.
You were the only one, though. I think. Wait, did Ned pick Anthony Durrell as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't familiar.
So
familiar. Y'all know why I picked him.
Well, it's
I'll take the L. I'll take the L on that. It's cool.
It's fine that like now you like Benavidez, right? But my thing is, if someone from the outside looking in, they would think like you was riding with Benavidez from the jump, from the go. The way you ride for Benavidez right now.
So listen, because I said Benavidez is the only guy at 168 that can bring it to Canelo, that means I'm riding with him since day one. If you
bro, it's the way you talk about Benavidez, bro.
Hey man, listen, man. Yo, when I see a star, I see a star. I don't know what to tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? What? Yo.
Bring that back. Bring that back.
Which one? Oh, which was this one? Oh, wait a minute. You wow.
Yo, you a Benavidez, bruv.
Yo, Benavidez.
You know what, Nat? Because I promised I was going to bring the smoke. God bless you.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to listen to what Benavidez had to say about Canelo and about Caleb Plant, and we'll give our reaction to that. All right.
Yeah, these comments are crazy.
Here we go.
Fight with Canelo's David Benavidez, so that's what we're waiting for.
Him and Plant, what do you think? You're
Ooh, look at that outfit. Hold on, pause real quick. Look at that shirt. That's that money shirt right there. You feel me? Look at that. That's how you feeling yourself. Let's get it, David.
Hey, what you call him, man? Benavidez? Benavidez?
Hey, man.
Benavidez, yo.
Hey. I'm just saying, man. My man looking like he came straight out of a Scarface movie. You know what I mean?
Yo, the way you talking about Benavidez right now, I might have to hit you with a pause.
Hey.
Yeah, yo.
You right.
Yo, G, yo, the punch out's over. The punch out's over, yo. It's over.
Blessings, fellas. I'm going to fall back.
All right. Let's play this again from the top without being interrupted by G to talk about Benavidez's shirt. All right.
All the greats, they say that the best fight with Canelo is David Benavidez, so that's what we're waiting for.
Him and Plant, what do you think? Your dad told me yesterday 4 rounds. What do you think?
I agree.
Why?
4 or 5 rounds, because Plant has no punch, and to keep Canelo away from you, you need a punch. You need a big, solid punch, and he doesn't have that. Like how you seen with Billy Joe, he was just chasing Billy Joe down. So I feel like it's the same fight. I felt like he takes Plant out earlier, and I'm not gonna lie, I say that because I don't like Plant because he's a bitch, but it's gonna be a good fight.
I gotta ask you this: if you fight Canelo, how do you see the fight unfolding? What do you do different than the other?
What do I do different?
Yes.
What do I do different? Body shots, head shots, jabs, speed. Who else does that more division? Nobody. You don't see nobody hitting. Caleb Plant don't hit the body shots like that. Billy Joe Plant don't hit the body shots like that. Callum Smith doesn't throw body shots like that. So who's the only one who does it? I'm the only one that can mimic Canelo's style. I throw body shots, great jabs, great speed. So that's why I'm so confident, it could be a great fight because I'm not going to run from Canelo. I've never ran from nobody. So I'm not going to start running with Canelo. You know what I mean? For me, I feel like I've been watching a lot of Canelo's fights lately, and Daniel Jacobson run from him, Golovkin didn't run from him, and how them fights are not, he didn't stop Golovkin or Daniel Jacobson. So that's why you need to fight him. That's how I fight already. So that's why I'm confident that I can do what I do.
Now, who do you have on your...
All right. So you heard what David Benavidez has to say. He's saying he thinks that Canelo stops Caleb in 4 rounds, and he thinks he has the best style to give Canelo problems because he can mimic his style, and it's similar to guys who've already given Canelo problems, and they didn't run. They went right at him. I'm going to turn this over to Trill Dollar Bill. And also, you can let us know how you would just right now, what you think would happen if Caleb Plant got in the ring with Canelo.
Okay. What I think about what David Benavidez said?
Yes.
David Benavidez got to keep his nose clean first. He got to worry about what's in front of him. Okay? Listen. He done had opportunity after opportunity. He has never lost his belt in the ring. He lost his belt because of himself. He can't call out nobody, and he has no say in nothing now because he's on the outside looking in. But shout out to David Benavidez. I like you a lot, but you will be stopped from a body shot. And you just don't have the experience yet because you guys are not fighting each other. If you guys would just happen to grow up here and go in there and fight each other, y'all could be learning something and getting better. Iron sharpens iron. Canelo has done that. This is what people are forgetting. And everybody is sitting here on this Canelo hate train saying this one can beat him, this one can beat him. Y'all, that's how you know this guy is great. This guy is 5'8", and y'all talk about some guys that's over 6 feet. Maybe they can beat him. That's how you know that this guy is a monster. This guy is incredible. Y'all talking about guys that's way, way bigger than him and everything else. Canelo stopped Benavidez from a body shot. We're going to get to Caleb Plant next. We said, but listen, it's just different, man. It's different. And these kids are not cut from this cloth because they're not fighting each other. They're fighting less opposition because they're trying to get this money because their blueprint is all messed up. They're fighting for a bag. This guy, Canelo's fighting for legacy. It's just a different level. It's just a different level. I'm sorry. You're seeing good fighters against a great fighter. I get it. But these guys got to fight each other. Y'all see it. What? When these guys get in there with a Canelo, a great fighter who's cut from that same cloth as these guys, the Mayweather cloth, the Oscar De La Hoya cloth, that's the cloth I'm talking about. These other guys is not cut from that cloth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. These is cokeheads and I'm sorry.
The views and opinions of Trill do not reflect the Boxing Bros as a whole and all the other faces you see on the screen.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying when he lost his belt.
Hey, listen, I just had to give that disclaimer due to the what happened with the Oscar De La Hoya video.
Yeah. But I'm saying these guys is not focused. This is no boxing, no life. You're talking about having these guys against no boxing, no life. That's what Canelo got tatted on him. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm just trying to be honest, man. But when these guys are able to start fighting each other and getting and able to and then be able to develop a real champion who's a threat to it's not going to happen. Canelo, people going to keep saying, "Oh, Canelo getting these give me fights." He's not fighting nobody because listen, these guys ain't fighting nobody. Everybody's so scared to let that O go. Everybody's trying to do the Mayweather blueprint, but everybody is not Mayweather. That's what's happened. That's what messed up the sport. Everybody think they Mayweather when they not Mayweather. Everybody's scared to get in there and mix it up. I'm sorry, man. I'm done. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be too aggressive. Come on.
All right. So you heard what Dog Bill had to say. All right, Conspiracy.
All right. I'm going to say, first off, in regards to what David was saying, I wouldn't call Plant a B word. And then I'm actually going to follow through with what Trill was saying. I'm kind of add the two together. But I'm going to say this. I honestly believe Canelo is the problem in a lot of these weight classes because he's holding up a lot of great fights because everybody wants the payday. So everybody's holding their belts hostage to get a chance to fight a Canelo, and that's the problem. So to me, it might be a good thing that Canelo runs through all of these guys. So then when guys no longer have the belt, then they'll be willing to fight one another.
Absolutely.
But I will say, in defense to David Benavidez, he has been trying to get these fights, man. And I get it, man. You know, he done lost from the scale and the Book of Sugar. But nonetheless, the dude...
The views and opinions of G do not reflect the Boxing Bros as a whole. All the other faces you see on the screen.
But
no, keep flow freely. I just got to do that. You know why.
I appreciate it. But in the ring, he is a problem. But he can't get a fight because everyone goes, "Oh, you don't have a strap. Why should I fight you?" Right? So it's like, man, yo, we're watching a guy with such talent at 168, but he can't get a fight because the dudes we want to see him fight are all like, "Nah, I'd rather wait for Canelo," you know, and that's the problem. So we got Triple G, we got Boo Boo, Billy Joe Saunders, Plant, you know what I mean? Like Charlo, we got so many guys that don't want to take serious fights because they're hoping, hey, if I just hang around, I could sooner or later get that Canelo fight. So kind of to me, I can't wait for Canelo to just run through these divisions at 160, 168, whatever. Just run through those divisions so then now we can just see good fights. Because the one thing I do envy about the UK is it doesn't matter if a dude has a couple of L's. They're still willing to take big fights. Here in the United States, it's like dudes want to just keep their O, so they're not trying to fight unless it's a huge payday. And I get it, man. I'm never against somebody getting their coins. But at the end of the day, it's like Canelo's fighting a guy every 2 months while you're chilling inactive for an entire year. So then when you do get the Canelo fight, we're not even seeing the best version of you because you're not really fighting anybody that's game. So at the end of the day, that's why I do agree with Trill, but I also agree with David Benavidez. And shout out to 1 Foot Out the Door. When David Benavidez is talking about Canelo, it isn't from a space of hate. It's literally, he's coming from a place of analysis. He's like, yo, you know what? These are the attributes that Canelo possesses that I think I could bring something to the table that these other guys just don't have. And I've heard him in several other interviews where he's showing nothing but love and admiration for Canelo. You know, so it's not like he's coming from a place of hate. Like, I think Killer Plant was trying to sell himself to the world. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do, you know, Canelo dirty because of da. He's just trying to sell himself. He's trying to build his confidence or convince people to buy into that fight. But David Benavidez actually shows nothing but love and admiration for Canelo. And I honestly think Benavidez at 168 is the only guy that can actually, I don't even know he's going to win. I think he is going to win. But I can't say for a fact, like, yeah, I know for a fact he's going to win. Canelo's on a hot streak right now. However, David Benavidez is a different type of beast. So if Canelo, I would just hope, my man Canelo, please do it for G. After you become undisputed, just give David Benavidez a shot, man. Just do it for us, man. Or at least for me, player. All right? Pay
Shout out to all you guys, man, on the love. And shout out to this brother. He made a dope statement in here. Tito Bambino. He said, these young dudes need to learn how to swim before they jump into deep water with that shark. And I totally agree.
I agree.
Sounds pretty accurate. TVE.
Yeah. David Benavidez calling Caleb Plant a B. That's unnecessary. Like, you know, if anything, we all know the situation. Like G stated, like everybody wants Canelo, but for them, Benavidez, you're the one without a strap. You lost your strap. I think you are the best fighter outside of Canelo in this division, but your discipline you lack discipline, and it shows. When G said you look like Scarface, I think you live the lifestyle Tony Montana. So
the views and opinions of Ned do not reflect the Boxer Bros as a whole and all the other faces you see on the screen.
But you know, you're a solid cat. I think you have the skill set to beat Canelo, but you don't have the discipline. And Canelo's discipline is A1. It's like creme de la creme in boxing right now. And if you don't have that, you can't see yourself. I don't see any boxer who brings up his name beating him. Y'all just bringing up his name for a payday. Y'all doing it to stay relevant. And I think you need to get your ducks in a row, Benavidez, before you start calling out, or before you even involve yourself with Canelo or Plant, because you don't have anything right now. You gotta redeem yourself in the eyes of the public.
All right, so a few things. Like for me, I don't feel as sorry for David Benavidez as G does, because he had the strap and he lost the strap by his own doing. Yes. And so when he lost the strap, he opened the door for Canelo. Because remember, Canelo was just going to have a fight. And then once he lost the strap, they were like, oh, Canelo's fighting for the strap now. That's his fault. See, Canelo would have had to knock on his door to become undisputed. He sniffed himself out of the fight.
The views and opinion to the faces that you see on the screen.
I understand why you had to do that, bro. All right, but the point is, right? It's his own doing that took him out of the that took away the opportunity for him to get Canelo. So I can't feel too sorry for that man, right? As you all were alluding to, which I understand. Now, get into his analysis of Caleb Plant and Canelo Alvarez. That's a pretty decent analysis when you think about it, because Caleb Plant couldn't knock out Truax. He couldn't. And he was hitting him with everything, and he was basically beating him up. And, you know, he was showing a variety of punches, even landed a shovel jab and was doing all types of stuff. And, you know, he landed a variety of punches, but he couldn't get the guy out of there. But you look at Canelo, and he did. He walked Billy Joe Saunders down. He landed clean, hard punches until he broke that man, literally. So, like, now you're looking at Caleb Plant, and you're saying, well, what can you do? And I don't think he has the power that is going to command respect for Canelo. So now my question is this. Can Caleb Plant do what Floyd Mayweather did? Can he hit him and make him miss all night? I don't know if he can. I don't know if he can. That's why we're going to watch the fight. But when it comes to David Benavidez, I actually agree. David Benavidez is probably the biggest threat to him because of his skill set, because of his size, because of his power, because of his IQ. I agree. David Benavidez will probably be a bigger threat to him than all of the guys he's fought up to this point. But guess what? There's no incentive for him to fight David Benavidez because he doesn't have a title. And for everyone who's sitting there saying like, oh, just do it for the sport, for the this, for the that, right? One, this is the hurt business. Now, let's say your job is you're a landscaper, right? You do your landscape. Now, there's a house. You can landscape this house, and it's 4,000 square feet. And to landscape the house that's 4,000 square feet, you're going to make $20,000. But there's a house that's 8,000 square feet, and to landscape that house, you're going to make $12,000. Which house are you going to landscape? You're going to landscape the house that's 4,000 square feet for $20,000. Are you lazy? Are you a coward? Are you afraid of hard work? No, it just makes more business sense to landscape the yard that's 4,000 square feet smaller and going to pay you more, right? Naturally. So that's what happens in the sport of boxing. When you look at Canelo, it's like, okay, am I going to fight David Benavidez with no belt? This is hypothetically, Canelo becomes undisputed at 168. Am I going to fight David Benavidez with no belt, or am I going to go up and fight Bravol? Or am I going to go up and fight Beterbiev? So some people are going to be like, oh, do it for the legacy. For what? More work and less money? Like that, at the end of the day, don't ask someone to do something you wouldn't do. And that's what happens in the sport with the people at the top. However, you got people at the bottom fighting easy fight at the easy fight at the easy fight, and y'all automatically give them praise like they won a real fight. Was what Trill's getting at.
Thank you, my brother.
Y'all got people at the bottom fighting bottom feeders, knocking them out, and y'all are like, oh, hell beat this guy, hell beat that guy. Meanwhile, he never steps in the ring with that guy. And for those of you who's trying to figure out what I'm talking about no one in particular. I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about Earl Spence. He ain't fight everybody I want to see him fight. I am talking about Terence Crawford. He ain't fight everybody I want to see him fight. I'm talking about Jamal Charlo. He ain't fight everybody I want to see him fight. I'm talking about Triple G. I'm talking about all these guys. Put some heat on them. You putting the heat on a guy who's fought 3 times this year, is going to fight a 4th time, fighting the biggest names available, and y'all still got beef with him. Listen, if you don't like Canelo, you don't like boxing. No boxing, no life. And for everyone saying, oh, everybody's riding Canelo, because he's the only one giving us something to be excited about. Tell someone to catch up, and then maybe we can get excited about them. That's all I gotta say about that.
Well, I do have a quick response though, because I agree to a degree. It is prize fighting, and so in prize fighting, there are two huge fights that Canelo can make, but both gentlemen do not have belts. The first one is David Benavidez because he is Mexican. That will be a huge fight on a Mexican holiday. That would be, and then number two would be Berlanga because he's Puerto Rican. And there's a huge rivalry between Mexicans and Puerto Ricans. Those will be huge fights for boxing. You know what I mean? Now, both gentlemen don't have titles, but nonetheless, people will pay to see that. People will pay to see go to the gate. People will pay for the pay-per-view. Those will be
they won't.
Latin boxing.
No, they won't.
All right.
No, they won't because it's too soon, bro. It's too soon. You can't just. Like the people are not going to take garbage. I can give you not the no for real. Especially when Canelo. I get what you're saying, G, with the whole Mexican thing. You think that how they're gonna come out, but not as much as with what he can do other places, especially what he's trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Canelo. It's really hard when you're at the top. I'm noticing it, right? They like LeBron. No matter what you do, it's never good enough. We give everybody the credit for doing nothing, but the guy that's doing something is always the next guy. The next guy. Well, this guy can do it better. This guy can do it better. This is crazy.
There's another great point for you, Trill, but I'm going to address this one as well. We don't knock Floyd's resume. We love Floyd. We recognize that Floyd was fighting champion after champion, and we recognize that when Floyd would beat someone, people would find a way to discredit him. But as soon as someone would fight him after Floyd did it, all of a sudden they were good again. All of a sudden the person regained. We didn't do that to Floyd, and we're not going to do that to Canelo. But to respond to what Conspiracy G said, those fights are not going to be as big. G, you're saying, will those be big fights? Yes. Will the public be interested in those fights? Yes. But not as interested as they would be in Triple G right now. Not as interested as they would be in Canelo versus Triple G, Canelo versus Jamal Charlo. Right? Those are bigger fights, bro. It has nothing to do. I get what you're saying. You can use the Mexican versus Mexican. You can use the Mexico versus Puerto Rico, right? But Berlanga got more work to do.
No, I agree with that. I was just saying prize fighting, right? So I was just saying because my argument is these belts is holding up a lot of great fights. So I'm like, Canelo could still fight these guys, gentlemen that do not have belts, but still make a huge payday because of the following. We have a Mexican American and we have a Puerto Rican that could generate a huge.
Yo, Berlanga right now, and I'm glad that he had that 12 rounder. He needs to work on a few things, and I think he saw that. So, like, where I thought he could compete with Benavidez, he still needs more work. He's not ready for Benavidez. Benavidez, on the other hand, is a threat to Canelo. I can admit that, but even he needs more work because I think if you do it right now, it's too soon. It reminds me of Fernando Vargas and Felix Trinidad. I don't know if he's ready for that type of embarrassment yet. And the funny thing about Tito was in the build-up to that fight, when they talked to Tito about Fernando Vargas, he would say the same thing. He's just a baby. He's just a baby. He knew this man's talented, but he's too young. And I think Benavidez needs bigger fights, and that's what Trill was getting at. If they were fighting each other, they will be getting that experience they need. Say like Benavidez was fighting Plant and Jamal Charlo and them, they were fighting each other. They would be building up.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Elite fighters.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Elite. Those are great fighters fighting each other, and they get to hone their skills against each other to become great themselves. So they're not even trying to become great.
Yes, people want to see Triple G and Canelo because some people believe Triple G won both fights. And I can tell you, as someone who on this channel, every time we mention Canelo, look in the comment section. There's always someone who's saying, "Oh, they robbed Triple G. Triple G would beat him," and Triple G just took care of his food that they fed him in like 5 rounds. So there are people who feeling like bigorexia right there. No. At the end of the day, G, what I'm highlighting is, you know, if Canelo sees fighting David Benavidez and he sees fighting Berlanga as the 4,000 square feet lawn for 20,000, then he can take that fight. But I don't think that's what he sees as that. He's fighting a guy with the title and the guy that's going to generate more money. And these guys are not putting themselves in position to be a lucrative fight. And people are getting mad about that. And to me, I don't understand that. You're begging him to give Benavidez a shot if he becomes undisputed super middleweight champion. And I'm saying, why would he do that? When you got Bivol up there, when you got Beterbiev up there, when you got Jamal Charlo, who might move up. You got Earl Spence even saying he challenged Canelo. Why wouldn't Canelo just fight Earl? People gonna be like, oh, well, Earl's too small, but Earl gonna bring some money.
See, that's not the argument I was saying. Canelo has so many options that David Benavidez. Unfortunately, that's why I said I would just like if Canelo could do it. But the truth of the matter is, David Benavidez, you lost your window when you lost your belt. It's just the real. Hopefully, David could now take on Plant after. Let's just be real. Plant likely going to lose to Canelo. They could do a big fight without a belt. A lot of these guys, that's what I'm saying. I want Canelo to get all the belts to get this out the way. So then now we can see big fights because Canelo is holding several divisions hostage, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
why are you blaming Canelo? Oh my
God. I'm not. You see, y'all taking it. What I'm saying is hate. It's not Canelo hate. I'm just stating the reality. Guys are all like, I don't want to fight a big name unless it's Canelo because I want the payday. And that's the problem with boxing. So I'm like, Canelo, get all the belts, and then these guys have no belts, and then now we can see big fights. That's what I'm talking about. Like, get rid of the damn belts, and you can still make huge paydays because there's storylines all over the place. You know, like Plant and David Benavidez, that fight should have been happened a long time ago.
Whose fault is it that David Benavidez couldn't make weight? Whose fault is it that David Benavidez wasn't dedicated to his craft?
Benavidez's fault, 100%.
Exactly.
His fault that he was on and gain weight. I agree. Nonetheless, though, he's still a great fighter. We have a lot of great fighters, and it's not just David, though. I'm telling you, it's all of these guys.
Who's a great fighter?
David Benavidez is a great fighter.
He's a good fighter. We don't know if he's great yet.
That's fine. It's semantic. He's a good fighter. There's several good fighters. There's several good fighters. Charlo's a good fighter. A lot of these dudes. Billy Joe Saunders is a good fighter. A lot of good fighters. So now I'm like, lose your belt. So then now we can see Billy Joe go up against Boo Boo. Boo Boo, I feel like, hey, man, Boo Boo, just give up your belt, man. Maybe then dudes will fight you. I don't know. I just want to see good fights. We're not seeing good fights because everybody's praying like, hey, if I just hold off.
So your solution is to just get rid of all the belts.
Why these dudes they can make their own legacy. They don't want to fight each other to create their own legacy, to create their own thing.
True, I'm saying the same thing as you.
That's what I'm saying. We need to fight each other. Boo-boo should be calling out Benavidez. Or Benavidez should be calling out a boo-boo. You can't get everybody. I definitely wanted to say with the Benavidez thing, y'all never seen him disrespecting Canelo. Never seen him disrespect Canelo.
And that's what's up.
At the end of the day, G, I can respect your opinion. You're trying to look for what you believe is a solution, but I really just think that you're asking too much of Canelo. And I think that your suggestion is too critical of Canelo being successful and other people not being able to keep up. I think it's everyone's fault who didn't fight each other because they allowed Canelo to become the superstar. They allowed him to take on all the big fights, right?
Because they weren't
fighting no one.
Thank you.
So while they weren't keeping up and they weren't building up their superstar status, Canelo was taking the risk in winning, so he elevated himself to superstar status. Kind of sounds like that man AJ, right? Kind of sounds like Anthony Joshua. While everyone else in your division is taking on easier fights, you're taking on risks. You're collecting belts. You're fighting the guys nobody else is stepping in the ring with. So what are you doing? You're elevating yourself to superstar status. And now that you've become a superstar, everybody has your name in their mouth because they want the payday. But if they would have been taking on those challenges, you never would have even got the chance to beat all those people because they would have been fighting each other. So it sounds like it's a Benavidez problem. It's a Plant problem. It's a Boo-Boo problem. It's not a Canelo problem that he's a big-time superstar. Go ahead, TBE.
And also, G, you made the argument before where you said the belts don't matter, and now you're telling Canelo got to give up the belts so these bigger fights can happen. That doesn't make any sense. You said that not on this episode, but past episodes. You said
hold on. What did I say again?
You said the belts don't matter,
and
they said fighters should just make the big fights. Now you're saying Canelo should give up the belts because he's holding the big fights.
Canelo should give up the belts. I said Canelo should take all the belts. That's what I said. So these other guys could just fight each other. That's what I said. Yo, Ned, just look at the comments. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's not your fault.
It's all right, Ned. I know what you was trying to say. Sure, you got something.
I was just saying, I was just reading the comment section, and it's just like, we're not even who's highlighting these comments because we ain't even getting the good ones. Whoever's highlighting, it's wild. It's really wild.
Hey, based on what you just said, who you think's highlighting though?
Kaden, you could go ahead. You can
go ahead. You got it, G. I just
it's cool.
Hey, you the champ, so you get to do it.
Nah, you the champ.
Oh, it was you, champ?
I don't want it.
You know it was you.
I pass it back.
I didn't know it was you, champ. You got it, champ.
Hey, champ. I think you're doing a great job, champ.
No, listen, hold on.
I think you're doing a great job, champ.
They seen it too. So
let me explain something. Allow me to explain something.
It's not me.
Yo, listen, if Kaden wants to be honest, on StreamYard, what happens is you get them in like spurts. So you get like a bunch of like 4 or 5 comments at one time.
You don't have to explain it, my brother. I just want to
let him explain though. Let
me explain this. And then when you're talking, it's hard to talk and monitor the screen at the same time. So like if you notice what Kaden's doing, I'm the one who's doing it. You know what I mean? And when I'm going, Caden's usually the one doing it. You know, so it's like, but it's hard to do both at the same time, like reading while talking. So if I'm not doing a great job, please pardon me, people. But
G wants me to be honest, and I'm going to tell you what he just said is complete malarkey. No, sir. He's telling the truth. It's difficult because sometimes you'll press the comment you want, and then that'll be when it moves, and then another comment will pop up. And then you'll see on the screen like "suck my," and you be like, "I didn't want to highlight that one."
Hey, yo, Kaden, it sounds like
I wanted to comment because I seen a comment in here that I wanted to comment on.
Oh, which one? Just say the person's name.
Yeah, just tell us the highlighter.
BBC fighters, right? Why is all these great fighters all on there? They got great fighters that fight in the same division, right? Why are they not fighting each other? That's what it comes down to. The Charlos could be fighting better. All these guys was one. Boo-Boo was once with these guys. These guys could have been got it on. If these guys really wanted to fight each other, nobody knows. Y'all saying, "Oh, this person really wanted." How you know you're not in this house? You sleep with this person. You know this person. It's just speculation because these guys was on the same. They could have been got it on. It's that easy. They're on the same company. But these guys ain't fighting each other and they're not trying to get better. That's all it comes down to. So when it gets time for these guys to get in there with a Canelo, they're not prepared. I think all these fighters are good fighters. But you're talking about Canelo. Exactly what you said, hater. Canelo, a 154-pounder. Really, in real life. The most you can give him is 160. A guy that's 5'8". He's coming up here fighting these big guys that are scared to fight each other. And they're not even fighting each other while Canelo is getting better. These guys is just standing around staying the same. Good. When they could be being great by fighting each other. But none of them are doing it. So you can't blame this guy. You can't blame Canelo for daring to be great, for trying to put solidify his legacy and achieve great things. Get mad at the fighters that you're bigging up. Get mad at the fighters that you're bigging up.
I feel like, and I agree with you, Cho. I think we can spend a lot of time. We spent a lot of time on this topic. For me, I'll close with this, and then if anybody has any closing arguments, you can go on ahead. For me, this is what I'm going to close with. If I look on your resume, and the best fighter on your resume is someone the world won't recognize, you got to look at yourself and say, well, what am I doing to big up my career? If you're someone who's admitting you never had a marquee fight, if you're someone who's admitting that your resume is falling short, you need to look in the mirror. But when you have to chase someone else for a fight, when you have to chase someone else because you want to climb on their back based on all they've done to catapult themselves into superstar status, that's on you. But they don't have to give you the fight. They don't have to. And so it's like you're saying that you can say, like, for example, this person wanted to fight Canelo, but he was avoiding him. But not fighting, say, an Andrade and fighting Triple G, I'd argue Triple G's the bigger fight again, the bigger money fight, and it's still dangerous. So how is that ducking an Andrade, right? And so this is where we get into these debates where people are saying someone's ducking someone. At the end of the day, here's a fact. Canelo, big-time superstar. Andrade's not. Fact. Here's a fact. Canelo, big-time superstar. Jamal Charlo is not. Fact. Canelo, big-time superstar. David Benavidez is not. So if they want that fight with Canelo, they need to start elevating their profile. Fact. Those are all facts. Anything else? Who said what? Who wanted to fight who? I can't say with absolute certainty that I know anything about that. What I do know is I can walk up the street right now and ask 10 people, do you know Canelo? And I'm guaranteed to get over 50% of them will say yes. And if I walked up the street and said, do you know Demetrius Andrade? I'm not that confident, and he's from New England. So, and I was in Boston. So,
I didn't know this topic was gonna bring it all over the place, man. So let's jump to the next one.
Yeah, this topic, was heated. But salute to everyone. Thank you, everyone, for contributing in the comment section. The streets don't know Canelo like that. Oh man,
you're
killing me, all that.
And that's what makes you a hater, because you can't even. You know what I'm saying? You ask for
all that's like G when it comes to Wilder right now.
Nah,
people don't know Canelo like that.
Matter of fact,
you don't know Canelo like that.
I've never said anything this crazy, bro.
Now, I get it though. I know what street she's talking about. She's talking on the streets that don't got cable. The streets that don't have the internet. They don't know Canelo.
Shout out to you, David Grace. I'm getting with you when I come to the UK too. You know what I'm saying? That's the UK trip.
I can believe that. But we love you all that. All right, let's go to the next one. See, that done took me off my dean. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to. Oh yeah, word. We good. The next one, we good. All right, let's roll.
Predictions for Jose Ramirez versus Josh Taylor, people.
Yes, this is the big fight for undisputed at 140-pound division, the hardest division to become undisputed champion in. Wink, wink, wink. All right. So, Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez are going to be fighting on the 22nd for undisputed at junior welterweight. This is prediction time. I'm going to start it off with Ned, the TBE. And you know why I'm starting off with Ned? You want to know why I'm starting off with Ned? So he can't steal everybody else's prediction. Go ahead, Ned. Go ahead, Ned. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Josh Taylor. I feel like Josh Taylor is going to do what he has to do to pull off this fight. They both are very good fighters. Let's not get it wrong. Jose Ramirez collected his belts. Josh, he beat Regis Prograis, got that belt, got the other strap. And then it's going to be a good fight. I'm just going to say I got Josh Taylor. G, fix your face. I got Josh Taylor winning this. I'm bringing Undisputed to the UK. So, simple.
Bam, in your face, TBD, TBE, riding with Josh Taylor. All right, Conspiracy G.
All right.
The people are watching.
Yo, listen.
The anticipation.
Not to sound contrarian to Ned, but I actually got Jose on this one. And here's why, though. Josh Taylor is an excellent boxer. But what I like about Jose, especially during that fight against Hooker, he has heart. And so he has great body shots. Josh Taylor does too. He has good body shots as well. But I think Ramirez's strategy is going to be attack the body, slow down Josh Taylor, and then knock him out in the later round. And I think he has a great chance at that. And on top of that, Jose takes good punches to the face. So he can get hit and he keeps moving. Josh is going to, if Josh is going to win, right, it isn't going to be as easy as people are thinking or how Ned is breaking it down. He's going to have to really work. And I think Jose is actually going to take him out through the body. So, knockout by body shot. My man, Jose Ramirez.
The Spirit G. Telling them like it is.
Going all the way in.
All right, my man, Dollar Bill. You care to let the people know who you got in this fight for Undisputed.
Yeah, these guys, man.
Hey, Lito, you know what it is, Lito.
Yo, which is so crazy is G is not off at all. And G, kudos to you because I didn't think you knew about my man, Jose Ramirez.
Come on, son. I like them dudes that go win. You know what I'm saying?
Now, shout out, because I know how y'all be dissing on my little guy. You know what I'm saying? So, listen.
That's under 130, bro. Under 130.
Yeah, under 130.
Under 130.
Because they call middleweight for a reason. So I thought they said on the middleweight the little guys, or because welterweight's little too.
Nah. We already explained this to you. True, we broke this down to you numerous times. Under 130 because they got like 4 weight classes that for no reason. But they got like 118, 122, 126. It's just like, stop it, man.
Jose Ramirez is like the unsung guy, right? Josh Taylor gets all the accolades and he gets all the love. Tremendous boxer. You know what I'm saying? Had a good fight against Regis. I thought that I picked Regis to win that fight. I thought that him going over to the UK a little too late affected him. But I was like, no excuses. And he said no excuses. Josh Taylor, better man. He took that fight. Josh Taylor is a great boxer. He is. He really is. But Jose Ramirez is a big guy. He should be at 147. He's going to come in there bigger. He has the longer reach. It's just going to be a different fight. I think Taylor's skills is, if Taylor wins this fight, then now we're talking about a certain type of pound for pound. He deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is going against the odds here. That's why I'm picking Jose Ramirez. He's going against the guy with the longer reach, the bigger guy physically, most opposing guy, with a tank, a guy that's going to keep coming forward the whole time. And what happens with y'all? I'm counting in my head because I'm trying to think. Don't quote me on this. Your guys go look. I think Josh Taylor got a 69-inch reach advantage, and he's going to have to use that to box Jose Ramirez, who has a 72-inch reach advantage. No. If Josh Taylor does this, definitely deserves to be on everybody's list, not pound for pound number one, but definitely be on everybody's pound for pound list. If he accomplished this right here, that's what I believe. If he accomplished this, and in Vegas, Josh Taylor is fighting in Vegas. If Josh Taylor, all the odds is against him. So I'm picking Jose Ramirez. All the odds is against him. If Josh Taylor wins, put him on pound for pound. He's pound for pound.
All right, so people, I'm telling you right now, everyone tune into this fight. This is going to be a great fight. This is a pick-em fight. This is a 50-50 fight. I felt that way going in because I could see advantages for Ramirez. Like, I think Ramirez is a dog. He has the reach. His victory over Maurice Hooker was impressive. However, you got to give it to Taylor as well. Josh Taylor's a skilled boxer. You saw what he did to Regis Prograis, who's a good junior welterweight, and you saw what Regis Prograis just did to Ivan Redkach, the Academy Award winning actor. You saw what Josh Taylor did to Regis Prograis. And if you look at a similar opponent, Victor Posto, Josh Taylor did better. Josh Taylor won a unanimous decision, and Jose Ramirez was in a close fight where he won a majority decision. So this fight really is like splitting hairs. You have great victories. These guys look great, spectacular. I have concerns about Josh Taylor, and someone made a joke, said that if Josh Taylor loses, it will be because he has a broken orbital bone. But he did have a swollen eye at this fight with Regis, and I'm worried about scar tissue for him. At the same time, I think that Jose Ramirez is in for a shock. I think that a lot of people overlook Josh Taylor's ability. But the reason why I'm telling you that this is going to be a great fight and everyone should tune in is because I agree with Trill 80% of the time when we do boxing predictions, but today is not one of them. I think that Josh Taylor is going to get it done for a number of reasons. One is I don't think that Maurice Hooker is that good.
No,
I didn't rate Maurice Hooker that high, so I wasn't really that impressed with Ramirez's performance against Maurice Hooker. And you saw what Virgil Ortiz Jr. just did to him, although he was moving up in weight. When I look at the Victor Posto fight and the trouble that Jose Ramirez had with Victor Posto in comparison to Josh Taylor, I just think Josh Taylor is a better fighter. I think that Jose Ramirez has that dog in him, but I don't think that's going to be enough. So I think Josh Taylor outpoints him. And I'm going to be honest with you, I think Josh Taylor has the most star potential, given the fact that he pretty much has like the UK behind him. So I didn't check anything. I've been sitting here this whole time. You just watch me, bro. I watch boxing. But salute to you and respect for you. Loving my IQ. I appreciate that.
who said that?
CJ. It's all good, my man. You must not know who I am, but it's all gravy. Anyways, getting back to it, I think that his style is going to allow him to pile up the points, and I think if it's a close fight, he's going to get the decision because although this is being touted as the fight for undisputed, I think there's more fights you can make with Josh Taylor if he wins. And I think you're right, Trill. If Josh Taylor wins, and I think that's a major victory. To me, that's the biggest victory that either one of them have is the victory over Regis Prograis. I think if Josh Taylor wins, he actually is probably number 2, number 3 on the pound for pound list because for all the reasons Trill said. But with that being said, I'm going Josh Taylor. Very close fight. Wouldn't surprise me to see Jose Ramirez win. That's why everyone should tune in.
Yeah, that's what I said, man. If Josh Taylor pulls this off with all these attributes that Jose Ramirez has, put some respect on that boy's name.
All right, so next up. Oh, man. Deontay Wilder released another training video, and do you see improvement?
I'm coming to dollar bill on this one first. I'm just setting it up, fellas. Give me a second. You know how it's different on this platform. All right, let me see if I can make this bigger. All right, got it. Oh, I'm gonna have to do it the other way. All right, so I'm coming to dollar bill first because last time when we did this, Trill Dollar Bill said he wasn't going to bash Wilder, then proceeded to bash Wilder and said that he's not impressed with Wilder in his living room. He wants to see Wilder in a ring. He wants to see Wilder moving. And people say they don't listen to people and whatever. But Wilder released, and I said I want to see some hooks to the body. And I want to see him stepping in behind a jab and all types of things. So then Wilder released this video. Can you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me turn the sound on. All right. of him inside a ring, and if you look, it looks like Wilder built a ring in his backyard. Said, okay, Trill, I'm gonna build a ring in my backyard.
I'm gonna get out the basement and into the backyard. Okay.
All right, so check out Wilder working out in this video with his new trainer Malik Scott.
That's right. What? The two. Yes.
Who's making that noise?
I know.
That must be Nery.
I thought it was the video.
Hey, you're so corny, bro. Oh, this kid.
That's it. And then when he make that step, I need to step him over. See right there, come forward.
Stepping behind the jab and then.
That fucking ring small. Big man shit. Go. Beautiful. I want that again. I want to step. It's not over. That's it. That's it. Nice. Nice.
See that moving back right there, G. That's what I was talking about. That's not. That needs work.
Do it again. One. That's it. One more time. One. That's it.
And see that 1-2 to the body. You should come back with a 3 to the head.
That's it.
A left hook to the head.
That's it. Just gonna lead right here. Lead. That's it. Just touch it. Lead. Right. Do that lead to get under his hook. Hey. Woo. Turn. Lead to get under his hook. Woo. Give me a better slip, bro.
All right, so we'll stop it there. All right, Trill Dollar Bill. You saw Deontay Wilder working out in a ring, showing some movement. Were you impressed? Do you feel like he's improved? What were your thoughts on that video?
Wilder, you chinky guy. I said, get out the crib and go in the ring. I should have said specifically the gym. Go into the gym in the ring. Don't build one. You just laid a bunch of maroon towels down and put some rope around and made a ring. That's not what I wanted you to do. But I'm not here to bash Wilder. That's not what I'm going to do. Because the man is doing something. He's out here doing something and he's staying active, you know, and he's moving around. I want to see more people. I just don't want to see Malik Scott. I get it. Give Malik Scott a chance and all that. Maybe he can be a Jonathan Banks in his life or something like that, you know? I just think he needs more. He needs more. What is he just trying to? I don't know. What is he trying to? Does he want to win? If he wants to win, I need more. I want him to have more people around him, more like he's really trying to do this. Like that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see from Deontay Wilder. That you really want to do this, man, because it's like I'm feeling like, and I see the comment section. I don't want to diss him. You see you see how it is? I don't want to diss him. I don't want to do that, right? You know why? Because I want to keep the same energy, but y'all don't allow to keep the same energy. Show me something, Deontay Wilder, that you really do. I like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But that's normal. You know what I'm saying? Show me that you really care. You feel me? Show me like you really care. Like I want to see you really in there, and bring other people in. You know what I'm saying? That can help you with technique and stuff. Like, cause you know, I don't know, man. This is what I didn't want to happen, right? You see all this money going around. Are you really trying to compete for legacy or greatness? Because that's what I like. And that's what I like about the sport of boxing. Or are you just trying to get in shape so you can collect the bag? That's what I need to find out. I'm done.
All right, I'm gonna turn over to Ned, the TBE.
Man, it looked cute, but it's nothing special, you know. I want to say this. I feel Wilder wants to be a great fighter. He wants to be good. He wants to have the skill set. But when he when he fought Brazil after the Fury fight, I truly believe deep down inside he wanted to show off what he'd been learning in the gym, but he relied on his bread and butter, took him out, and then Ortiz, it was the same thing, took him out, and then when the fight with Fury Part 2 came, he just got cocky and thought he was just gonna knock Fury out with the right hand, and he underestimated Fury. So now Wilder's doing all this again. I just don't want him to go down that same path. But I feel he's just gonna go down that same path again, where he's just gonna knock out fighters with that right hand because that's his bread and butter, and he's not gonna really show any boxing skills, and he's gonna lose his he's gonna lose his focus and what he's been working on in training camp. So,
I disagree with Ned.
That's cool.
And to kind of respond to Trill, like all we're seeing is pad work.
Yeah, that's
we're not seeing anything else. We're not seeing him sparring. We don't know if he's bringing in guys to his backyard.
I agree.
Yeah, so all he's showing is pad work. So,
I need to see more.
Yeah, so based upon the pad work, I'm seeing a lot of improvements from Deontay Wilder. And so from me, is he improving? Yes. I'm seeing head movement. I'm seeing weaves. I'm seeing work to the body. I'm seeing angles. I'm seeing a lot of things. And number one thing, I'm seeing him listen to Malik Scott. You know, like I remember when it was JD's and Breland, it was literally just throw the straight right, throw a jab, 1-2. That was it. That's all we've seen from Wilder. And occasionally you might see him throw a left hook, but it was mostly we're just only going to focus on the straight right. Now we're seeing him utilize different things in that ring. So to me, it's like this is an improvement. But this is where I'm not going to say I agree with Ned, but I am curious to see how much of this that he's been working on will translate in the ring. You know, when you get punched in the face, sometimes you resort back to your old ways, your old habits. So this is why it's like just repetition. I'm hoping that Wilder's taking this serious and just trying new things, and it's ingrained in his DNA at this point. But again, it's only been like a couple of weeks. I don't know how long his training camp has been, because during arbitration, he's been real silent. But I like to imagine that Deontay Wilder has been training that whole time, right? So let's just give the man a chance. Let's just analyze this video. And this is another thing, too. I think when people go like, oh, this isn't impressive, right? Like, obviously, any boxer should be looking like this. But again, we're talking about Deontay Wilder, a guy that literally will go in the ring, lose every round, and only concentrate on his straight right. So to see him working on other things, I think is a beautiful thing. So, yes, I am impressed based upon Wilder standards.
All right, man. I know like a lot of people are used to me. I am critical of Wilder only because when you're the heavyweight champion, you're held to the heavyweight champion standard. So I'm comparing you to Anthony Joshua. I'm comparing you to Tyson Fury. I'm even comparing you to Dillian White. So you look at Tyson Fury, who's physically gifted with height, skills, ability, and a high boxing IQ. And you're looking at Anthony Joshua, someone who's constantly improving. And I look at Deontay Wilder from 2015 till his second fight with Tyson Fury, and I'm like, where's the improvement? So as Trill points out a lot, we saw Deontay Wilder box off the jab in his first fight with Bermane Stiverne, and then somewhere along the line that just disappeared and it became rely on this heavy right hand. So I know all we're seeing is pad work, but based on the pad work, he does look the best on the pads that I've seen him look. I've seen JD's hold the pads for him, and my God, it looked horrible. And I've seen Mark Brillin hold the pads for him, but he didn't look as good as he looks with Malik. Malik has him weaving. Malik has him throwing punches to the body. Malik does have Deontay Wilder doing things that I've asked to see Deontay Wilder do. Since it appears that, like, people say whatever, Trill asked to see him in the ring. I asked to see foot movement and punches to the body, and you just saw that. So if this can get to them, I would recommend this. You need to finish that combination with a hook to the head. So when you have Wilder step in behind the jab, throw the right hand to the body, okay, cool. So if he does that one time, cool. But now you need to have him come in, right hand to the body, throw the hook to the head. You need to have him do that. So that way he's used to throwing a hook in combination. And so I know I see a lot of that, but I'm going to be honest. I feel like Malik is actually getting through to him. And remember, I've said this before. Being a trainer isn't necessarily about who has the best boxing IQ, who can do this. It's about who is capable of getting through to this fighter. So, like, let's say, for example, my boxing IQ can be on 180, right? But when I'm working with G and I'm trying to teach G what I know, it's not translating to G. When I started working with G, right, his boxing IQ was on 120. Say, like, these are hypotheticals. I'm not like I'm just really trying to make a point.
Nah, I just thought of Virgil.
No, I get what you're saying. No, I'm saying like that. I'm not saying, I already know you. I'm saying it for anyone who thinks like I'm trying to clown or whatever. So I'm trying to teach G. And after working 6 months with me, G's IQ went from 120 to 126. Right? It's like after 6 months, although I have an IQ of 180, it's not translating to G. But then G starts working with Ned. And Ned's boxing IQ is at 146, right? And after 6 months of working with Ned, right, G's IQ goes from 126 to 140. Ned practically was able to teach him everything that he knew in a short amount of time, and G was able to absorb it. So what it really comes down to is how your trainer is able to translate what they know to you, and are you able to grasp that? And it seems like Mark Brillin wasn't able to do that. And it seems like JD's wasn't able to do it, mainly because I don't think JD's has a boxing IQ to begin with, right? So you can throw JD's out the window. Mark Brillin has a high boxing IQ, but I don't think he was able to relay that to Deontay Wilder in a manner in which he can understand. You got Malik Scott, his right-hand man, his dive man, his hype man, his boy, his OnlyFans companion. Right? So you got Malik Scott, who understands Wilder, who's able to translate this information to Wilder. So when he's telling him, like, yo, pop that jab, now move over, get under this hook, Wilder's hearing it, and I'm watching it. I'm watching it. So maybe Malik is the man for the job because Wilder does look better, and we're all right. Yeah, exactly. JD's don't know a damn thing about boxing. JD's just had the means to open a boxing gym, and the Lord blessed him with a physically gifted man who turned into the heavyweight champion. That's what happened. And JD, and you know it from in the corner, you hear JD's, throw the right hand. Throw that right hand. Now will be a good time to throw the right hand. So, but Malik is someone who's been in the ring. Malik is someone who does have a boxing IQ. So I think that Malik is getting through to him. And although he doesn't look the best, although he does need to work on his footwork, there were times he came in behind, he looked good. But when he was backing up, he was doing like a little, nah, man, you push off the front, catch on the back. You push off the front, you catch on the back. Just working with him on the footwork. But what I saw so far, one, I'm not going to disrespect a man for working on his craft. So salute to Wilder. That's one of my biggest complaints has been, Wilder, bro, you don't work on boxing. So now that Wilder's working on boxing, I'm not about to sit here and clown him for working on boxing. Could he improve? Yes. Does he need to improve? Yes. Does it look like he's improving? Yes. All those things are good things. So Wilder, keep it up. If it's up to me, though, I would tell you, still not ready for Fury, still not ready for Joshua, but a few fights of you showing what you're learning in the ring, and maybe you will be.
All right. So now we got, actually, this is a great fight. So I'm going to mess up this dude's name. But JB knocks out Daniel Dos Santos with one punch. You know.
All right, we got the UK people. I'm going to attempt the name. Buatsi.
Yo, I think you're right.
Joshua Buatsi.
Yeah, you got it, yo. You got it. That's how it sounded like on television. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Word. My man. Yo, Boxing Bros Ghana, salute, man. Y'all got.
Oh, I got my break. I got my bracelet on for him.
All right.
Yeah, shout out to Boxing Bros Ghana. I got my bracelet on for him. Yeah, so
all right, word. Buatsi.
Buatsi.
Yeah.
Buatsi.
All right, cool.
Buatsi. You know what I'm saying?
My Buatsi. You
That's
know
my Buatsi.
Boo is actually
on a cruise. We on a cruise. I get it.
Yeah.
Hey, watch your mouth, Lady Shan. Watch your mouth.
But we try though. We try.
Hey, we don't shy away from the difficult names. We will embarrass ourselves. Okay, we don't care.
Hey, you know you ain't made it until we messed up your name,
right? If we ain't butcher it, you ain't make it.
That's right, Dougie Swiss, Dalloway. That's right. All right, so see, like just right now, I meant to take it away, and then that one popped up. So, all right,
Buatsi, the next Boxing Bros single.
Hey, too. It might happen. It might happen. All right, yes. So, Joshua Buatsi KO'd Daniel Dos Santos with one punch, and it was a vicious punch. But I kind of want to take you through. So the punch is one thing, but there was another story behind it that I felt was pretty cool. So I'm gonna show you. First, I'm going to show you Dos Santos and when he gave his interview. So Dos Santos was in the French army. He ended up leaving the army, going to jail, and he said that like basically boxing saved his life. And so here's a clip of him speaking about it.
Yes, boxing saved my life. And with boxing, we not also be a champion or have money or something like that. Just go in the gym, do your training session, be someone can teach you to be someone good, you know, I think.
And when you look back,
and I think he's 100% right, because that's my life story. That's the story of a lot of people. Just going to the boxing gym teaches you the discipline. It gives you that mindset of hard work, and it teaches you to be someone who can be successful in life. So then the fight actually happens, and this is what happened during the fight. So have you take a look at this.
To themselves at home. I'd have got this fella out of there by now. Oh, that will be that. Don't bother counting that.
You see, he's out. All right. And so then after the fight, he was crying, like he was just uncontrollable. The tears were flowing. It's like he cried from the ring to the locker room. It was crazy. And so this is what happened after the fight.
Keep your head up, man. Don't keep your head low, bro. Keep your head up. Trust me. You've got an amazing story. You're coming back again. Yeah? My bro. Trust me. Keep your head up, man. My guy, coach, please look after him, man. Please look. Oh, I don't understand. Look after him, please. Care for him.
Yes, I say with him every time.
Yeah. All right, bro. That's all, bro. Wish you the best. Yeah? Wish you the best. All right, man. Wish you the best, bro. Come back straight away. Trust me. I wish you the best, bro. Yeah? That's what I'm doing. Keep your head up, man. Oh, thank you.
So that's Buatsi going to his locker room to just speak with him and, you know, give him some words of encouragement. So I'm gonna start one off with the champ, with the green belt, Kaspira G. What was your thoughts on the knockout and what transpired after?
I'll say this, man. Yo, Joshua Buatsi is a monster, bro. He's a problem, real. I don't really know much about him, but in that fight, and salute to Virgil Hunter, that's my man. So if well, remember how we were just talking about trainers and how Virgil, man, doesn't really have that good of a track record outside of SOG. But
well, let's stop for a second, G. Do you remember how we met Virgil Hunter at the fight between Sergey Kovalev and Cedric Agnew, and you took a picture of me and Noah with Virg, and you messed that picture up? Do you remember that, G?
Listen, y'all handed me a phone I ain't never used before, so that's y'all's fault. But anyways, I'll say this, like, because Virgil, like, he's one of those guys where it's like he clicks with certain fighters, and the fact that when he told JB, look at the body, but aim for the head, and he actually did it, and he looked at the body and came with the overhead right, and it clicked him, and then the dude was already gone, but while he was slowly going down, he hit him with another right hand just for good measure. I was like, this guy's impressive. But even before the knockout, which what I thought was impressive was he beat fear into Dos Santos. Like, homeboy got hit, and there was a bunch of times this dude was flying backwards. There was even time when, like, when you have like a wounded dog, and you could tell like JB's like, yeah, your food, like I'm about to eat your croissant, you Frenchman. You know what I'm saying? And he just like, I'm telling you. And then Daniel was like, yo, oh snap, I gotta just do something. And he just went on autopilot and just started swinging. That told me like he wasn't gonna win. Like I just knew from that right then and there. And then when he slammed him, and then JB was like, "Yo, bro, don't play with me, bro." You know what I mean? And Dan was like, "Yo, bro, I gotta do what I gotta do out here in these streets, right?" So then after that, it was just a one-sided beating from there, And so I like the fact that JB is with Virgil. Clearly, Virgil is one of the greats, man. As a trainer, hopefully, JB could get some like advice from Andre Ward, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, man, it was really impressive. Now, I'm gonna say this, Shan, and normally I agree with stuff like that. Like, damn, he crying too much. Dude acting like he giving birth in the ring or something. But when I watched it and they were talking about how this was his first loss, right? And he got knocked out bad. Like, it was bad to the point where, when a ref's not even like gonna count. And then when they got him up and they asked him those questions, and then like at first he wasn't crying. And then after they said like, where you at or something, then out of nowhere he just starts tearing and tearing and tearing. I'm just like, oh man, I don't think he in his mind he ever thought he was gonna lose. And when you like disappoint yourself to that degree, some brothers just can't handle it, man. You know what I mean? So, and I always have like, it feels bad, man, watching a grown man cry. I don't know. It just looks weird to me, So, and for a man to do that, I just know he must be going through something for real. So I kind of don't want to clown the dude for crying like that, man. And I hope my man can bounce back from this. It's always a learning experience. And, JB, man, is a stand-up guy, man. Like, when he knocked him out, he told Virgil what he did. And then he was like standing there. And then he went over to the guy and was like, yo, you did good. Virgil went up to him and talked about it. Then even after on the press conference, it's like not the press conference, but like after the fight where they like stand 6 feet apart, Virgil was like, Daniel was undefeated. He's a good fighter. Like, they watched footage. And so when you watch that performance, JB made him look basic. You know what I mean? And that could be also the reason why, he's crying, because he's like, yo, damn, I'm on Matchroom. This is my opportunity to show the world my skills. And I just got knocked out flatline. He's probably like, yo, my career's over. There's a number of things that could play into that. So, I can understand why the man was crying, man. And salute to that brother, man. Hopefully he bounces back. But, yo, JB, salute to you. Salute to the UK. Salute to Ghana. Man, you got some powerful hands, man. I give you that.
All right, dollar bill.
It was sad. That's just what happens when you might give you know what I'm saying? You seen it right there. You seen it all right there. This is the sport of boxing. Sport of boxing. Everybody has a story, right? And This man, boxing. My brother Caden says it all the time. Boxing is a lonely sport, right? You have to believe in yourself. You have to really believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you believe in your abilities, and you really train hard into yourself, that you really believe that you gave your all. That's fine. He lost. For him taking that loss the way he did is very concerning to me, especially with this sport of boxing. Fighters have a habit of doing stuff like, and I wanted to shout out a young man. As soon as I see how he was reacting, it immediately hit my heart. And it reminded me of the Contender Series, the one that Sergio Moro won, where he defeated a young man by the name of, I had to go look it up, Niger Trupin. Najai, and his last name Turpin. He was the man who fought on a Contender Series, and he lost. They said due to low self-esteem and a lot of things from that loss, because he was undefeated, and that one loss and the embarrassment that he felt from losing on that show, he killed himself with a self-inflicted wound, gunshot wound to the head, in the car with his girlfriend. So what I'm saying is, when homie called for his training, he said, make sure that you got him. Please make sure you got him. Make sure you with him. Like, it's different. Yeah, we give these fighters. That's why I always give these fighters nothing but love for stepping in that ring, because it takes a lot. It really does. And you have to be prepared, not only physically, but mentally. You know? So please, if this gets out to anybody, his people, make sure you surround him with love. Surround him with love and hugs, because that's what he needs, and encouragement. Because, hey, we all lose, but it ain't how you lose. It's how you come back. The great Floyd Mayweather even lost. Even though we consider the robber, he still lost. But he made him hungrier. We'll live to fight another day. So make sure that everybody gonna be in my thoughts, you know what I'm saying? So make sure everybody, I hope his family gets this, make sure y'all stay around him, and you know what I'm saying, and give him lots of love. Much respect, everybody.
All right, TBE.
I want to say, yesterday in boxing, we witnessed a lot of. It was a sad day. We witnessed a lot of good fighters, good people take L's, and you know, being at the end of that being on that side of boxing, you know, I felt what Daniel was going through. You know, I hyped myself up to the point where, you know, I believe G was food and I lost, but shout out to Joshua for not taking the low road and humiliating his opponent on live national television like others did. But you know, respect. You know, that was really stand up, and you know, I can, like, that's sportsmanship at its finest, where you could go in and give positive words to your opponent after you viciously gave blows to his head where you don't know what state of mind he's in. And you know, Daniel, you bounce back. You know, it's not how you fought. It's not how you fall, yo. It's how you bounce back, and that's how you know, just look better in your second fight, your next fight, and you'll do good, yo.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what that means? That I'm sexual chocolate. Oh man. Are you good, Ned?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, cool. You done throwing yourself a pity party?
Oh, there's no pity party over here.
What are you talking
No
about?
pity party. Well, the party's not over.
But for educational purposes, Ned, if you don't mind, right? Explain to the people after the punch off, how were you feeling? Like, keep it real.
I felt like I let myself down. Like, I didn't come. My performance. I wasn't happy. It's not. I could accept a loss. I just wasn't happy with my performance.
All right. So, but what Ned's not telling y'all is because of all the friends and family that was watching the punch off, he felt like he put them down. Right, all the Nedites. Mm-hmm. You could apply that to any fighter, and this was just us having fun in the gym.
Yeah.
Imagine like a guy is taking your head off in front of all your loved ones, in front of investors, in front of your management, your promoter. Like this fight right there could have propelled this guy to the next level. But instead, now he has to go back to France. He's made thinking I gotta go back to France in shame, a number of things, So I just want to put that out there, like, yeah, it's easy for us to clown him for crying, but there must be other reasons. You don't know his family situation. Exactly. You don't know if like he got a bunch of kids at the house. Like, he got bills to pay. Situation. Exactly. Yeah, man. So him crying.
Y'all talking is not probably just bigger than the loss.
Exactly. And so it could be just bigger than just a knockout. It's not like it hurts so much. That's why he's crying.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying the pain.
Don't know about.
And just to say, because I don't want nobody thinking that we was just picking on Ned. We even said it to Ned too, like jokingly. If this is really affecting you, you dig what I'm saying? Like we won't do it because that's not what we're in here to do.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? We're not in here to pick on our bro. That's not what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Over here it's about camaraderie and love. And that's how I move. If it ain't like that, then I don't want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
For real. But shout out to you. That was I respect that type of like sportsmanship though. And I do respect the trash talking too as well. It's just I didn't want to be on the end of G for us.
All right, I'm gonna just jump in and get to the topic. All right, so for me, when you talk about the fight, I wasn't really impressed with the fight, and I'm just gonna let the actual record speak for itself because I went to look up Daniel Dos Santos' record before I went to watch the fight. So if you see, he's 15-1. He was 15-0 going in with 8 knockouts. But look at who he's fought. Before Buatsi, he fought a guy that was 3-9. Before that, he fought a guy that was 10-44. Before that, he fought a guy that was 13-24. Before that, he fought a guy who was 5-20. I'm not going to keep reading it. As you can see, most of his fights came fighting guys who had more losses than wins. Some of them had like high double-digit losses. And this is the guy who they threw in the ring with Joshua Buatsi. So now I hear everybody saying Joshua Buatsi's a beast and he's the next champion. What if Wilder did this? So I'm not going to act like I'm so hyped off of that performance. I will say this. Joshua Buatsi did what I expected him to do, and he did it well. Virgil was in his corner. He looked good doing it. But again, it's what I expected him to do, and he did it well. What impressed me about Joshua Buatsi, though, was that I can tell he knew this man's story. I can tell he knew what this man has been through, and he was aware of that. So when he saw him crying and he saw what he was going through, he wanted to speak to him. And if you hear what Joshua Buatsi was saying to him, he was saying, you can bounce back from this. It's not over for you, right? So when I watched that, I was very impressed with him, right? I was very impressed with him because he was trying to uplift someone. And see, this is where you recognize that sometimes boxers understand what they go through more than other people, right? So, for example, Buatsi understood like, man, this guy's really going through it. So let me check on him. And Trill brought up something that's very important. When you see a guy crying like that, there's deep concern. Like, people should be with him. People should monitor him, because there have been fighters who have taken their life when they were in similar situations. And Buatsi even was aware of that, and that's why he looked at his trainer and said, please look after him. Everyone, like, look after this guy, right? And I had so much respect for him, because I'm like, look, this dude understands. He knows what it is. He knows that it was food that was in the ring with him. He knows that it was he's not hype off of what took place. He wants to make sure that this guy's okay. And that's why that's what impressed me more with Buatsi in this fight. Like, his understanding of the situation, his awareness. He understood he was getting rounds in. He knows he was trying to look impressive. So for that, I was very impressed with Buatsi. But all this talk about, like, oh, he'll kill Anthony Yard and he's the next, pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Let's not act like Dos Santos was a world beater, because his fight before Buatsi, the guy was 3-9. So, I mean, let's be real. With that being said, salute to Buatsi for being a true gentleman in the ring, a true sportsman, understanding what it's like. Oh, one last thing I want to point out, because I hear a lot of people talking about, like, crying. Have you ever seen someone get a concussion? Not just like in a boxing ring. I've seen people get concussions on a football field. I've seen people get concussions playing basketball. You never know how people are going to react to that. This man was just knocked out cold. Knocked out cold. Have you ever been knocked out cold before? I'm asking a lot of people. I've never been knocked out cold, but I've been put in a sleeper from behind. Someone put me in a sleeper from behind, and when I woke up, like, I was all brute, they jumped me. And you just that feeling, you don't know what happened, you're messed up, you're whatever. It's a weird feeling. Was I crying? Like, no. But what I'm saying is, I understand that feeling. It's a very difficult feeling. It's scary. Like, I didn't even want to walk through that area for a long time. Like, it's just a type of feeling you get. So if you never been knocked out like that, if you never seen a concussion, if you can't really talk. Like, you don't know how people are going to handle that. Like, this mental health stuff is real. Like, you're watching this man immediately after being concussed, and he's crying, and everyone's like, oh, he ain't manly enough. You don't even know, like, are you serious? Look at how that guy just got knocked out. And if we want to be real, he never even should have been in the ring with Buatsi in the first place, because his resume tells you that. But anyways, salute to my man. I hope he's all right. And I hope that anyone who sees this, anyone like Trill said, his family, just go show him love. Hell, I might even go show him some love on social media, try to find him and tell him hold his head, because not many people can overcome what he just went through. And I hope that he bounces back. So that's my take on it.
Oh, and also too, Donnie T was actually on the Zone. It wasn't on ESPN Plus. So you gotta get the Zone player. All right. So next up, we got
have some compassion, people. You dumb thuggers be the toughest. I swear. I swear.
I think we got something for that in a second, though.
So next up, we got the Forbes highest paid athletes.
Oh, yes. Let's get to that. Forbes dropped their highest paid athlete list. And who do you think was at the top? It may shock you. It may not. At the top of the list was none other than the notorious Conor McGregor. Although when you say notorious, to me, it's usually B.I.G. But, Conor McGregor, he's been repping the name, right? All right, so
Conor's definitely notorious, bro.
All right, so Conor McGregor, you see here he is at the top. Said that he made $158 million.
Was that nasty whiskey he got?
Yeah, it must be the whiskey.
That whiskey blowing up.
Well, actually, it says he made more than that. It says he made on the field, which I'm assuming in the octagon, $22 million, but off the field, $158 million. So So I think that they're saying that he made.
Yeah, so 180. It's up top. It's up top. 180 million on top.
Yeah, say he made 180. Yeah, say he made 180. Yeah. Okay. And that's topping Leonardo Messi, who made 130 million. But Messi made most of his money on the field. Cristiano Ronaldo, who made 120 million, made most of his money on the field. Oh yeah. Shout out to my man Dak Prescott, making bank while he's injured. My man Dak Prescott, 107.5 million in the King LeBron James on Forbes list every year. Made 96.5. Then there's Neymar, Roger Federer, my man Roger. Shout out to Roger. Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, did any boxers make the top 10?
Tom Brady. I don't think so. No. Kevin Durant. Salute to Michael Rappaport. Nah. All right, so that's the highest paid athlete list. And yes, G, you touched upon what we got to. No boxers on the list this year. But remember, this is from May 2020 to May 5th, 2020 to May 2021. All that you like LeBron James, let me find out we can finally agree on something. Finally. You know what I'm saying? We can agree on something. Shout out to the Lakers, baby. Even if we got to play in, we still getting the chip. Understand that. Even if we got to play in, we still getting the chip. All right, so Trill Dog Bill, what's your thoughts on Conor McGregor being the highest paid athlete for the year? And no other boxers being on that list.
That whiskey must be selling. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? They getting that money. Hey, that's why. You know why? Because when things get rough, and we just seen what we just had going on, what do people want to do? They want to get messed up. Hey, he capitalized on it. That's how he got his bread. Salute to Conor McGregor. I can't hate, man. Get that money, baby. You know what I mean? How I feel about no boxers being on there. Y'all, hey, get some endorsements popping off. Go ahead and try to do something. I don't know. It is what it is. I can't hate on the man that's getting it. Next year, maybe it'll be one of our guys up there getting it. Or maybe even us. Maybe they're going to say, yeah, made 400 million. You know what I'm saying? Listen, hey, if y'all go download the Boxing Bros album right now, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll make. If
we're on that list, one of us hit the lottery. All right, G.
Yeah, when I think about it, I'm actually not surprised because, you know, COVID played a major role in boxing. You know what I mean? There was no gates, so fighters weren't fighting as they should have been, right? So, and when you think about it, like, what fight did AJ had?
Pulev, right?
Pulev, like, how much you think AJ got for that fight? Like 40 million? You know what I mean?
Somewhere in that range, yeah.
But look at the list. These dudes is 100 plus for the year. That's 1 year that they generated. 100 plus million. Like, somebody put, like, how come Wilder and Fury ain't on there? Didn't they make 30 million each? 30 million is nothing compared to 100 plus. So even Wilder and Fury wouldn't even crack the top 10.
I don't think they made the cut though, bro, because they cut it off at from May 5th.
Oh, okay.
Their fight would have been February 22nd.
But even still, their fight still wouldn't crack that top 10 list. You know,
it wouldn't. But what I'm saying is, if you look at it, even if you slice it that way, it doesn't make the cut. So
yeah, you know what I mean. So that's why I'm just like, it's somebody put watch your mouth, G. Don't say AJ's name. I'm not even disrespecting AJ. I'm actually showing AJ love and respect and admiration on this one. It's like none of the boxers were gonna make that list because of what was going on. Like,
you don't want G to speak AJ's name. G's gonna jinx AJ and pick AJ in the undisputed fight just to put the jinx on him, just to put the G jinx on him. But we'll see what happens because he picked Ramirez, so maybe Ramirez will break the G jinx for him. But go ahead, G.
Yeah, y'all the worst, man. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna put some respect on my predictions. You know what I mean? But
Your predictions don't respect itself. So whatever.
but now, all I'm saying is the NBA was still going on, the NFL was still going on, so they was still finding a way. UFC was still going on. Like, salute to Dana White. He was finding ways. He was like, yo, if we gonna find an island, we're gonna be doing MMA on an island. You know what I mean? While boxing, it was kind of like, yo, like a lot of the fighters, they need the new trade curse. yo, watch your mouth, Rico. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna say this: it's not surprising. Boxing is a unique sport. That relies on live gates, and so because of COVID, I'm not surprised why we're not seeing any of these boxers on that list. And also, somebody brought up how come Floyd. I think it was actually Lady Shan. How come Floyd's on this list? It's not like how much they're worth. It's just literally how much did they generate in that particular year, right? So for the fiscal year, this is what they've generated. So obviously, Conor McGregor, like what Trill was saying, that whiskey is selling in these streets. Every time I turn on that television, I either see Conor doing his what's the dude's name? Usually I don't drink. Usually I don't do I forgot the old Mexican guy. It doesn't matter. Or you'll see him like dancing while they're promoting like a fight or some type of like sporting event with his whiskey. So clearly his marketing team has done an excellent job, and he's generating a lot of money from his whiskey deal. So salute to Conor McGregor for that. And seeing that he did get in the ring with Floyd, I guess we could kind of claim him as a boxer. You know what I mean? So we kind of have somebody on that list, and they are number one.
All right. Dollar Bill, you can talk. What's good, Dollar Bill? Dollar Bill looks like he's like frozen in the sun. All right, Ned, we'll roll with you.
No.
Already, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
What is it? Last year we saw the pandemic shut down a lot of sports, and boxing through the years, it's not an in season, out of season sport. Football, it was unaffected by it. We saw the Super Bowl happen, and then everything popped off. Basketball was affected by it a little bit, and then they got it together, had their little bubble, and then boxing got back in June, and then all the big fights started happening like towards the end of the year. So that's basically almost like 6-7 months loss of like actual like fighters lost 6-7 months of fighting. So I'm not mad like there's not a boxer on the list, but I'm gonna quote the great AB and say after Forbes list. But I'm not mad at it. They it's this year, and I could have sworn last year they said, what was it? It was Wilder and Fury were above like at like top 5 on it or something like that. But this year, we got a lot of big fights in the making. Everything's getting back to normal. So once we get the next list, then we're gonna have some fighters on there. We're not gonna, it's just last year was a bad year. That's all.
I mean, the Forbes list is always sketchy. We pointed out how it was sketchy the last time they released their ratings of who made the most money, because they always pick like the date that they start from and where they cut it off from, right? So when they did it last year, they did it from a date where Anthony Joshua's fight with Ruiz wouldn't count. And when you look at it now, they're starting from May 5th. Or I think it was like May 5th, 2020 to May 5th, 2021. So there's a lot of people who made money that you're not counting. So it's pretty selective in that process, and you never really know. But for those who saying, I would argue a boxer was number one on that list again. Conor McGregor is a professional boxer. He has a professional fight on his record, and he did fight in the octagon, but that doesn't mean that Conor McGregor won't come back to boxing as well. So I would argue that Conor McGregor has a lot of his popularity because of the sport of boxing. And apparently Proper 12 isn't the best whiskey on the market to some people.
Didn't Complex say it was good?
I don't know what
I
combo.
think he did.
Say
I
he
don't
said it
know,
was
but he,
actually good whiskey. Man.
All right, so for people saying that, I see Lady Shan saying to me that Conor McGregor's not a boxer. Well, all I would say, Lady Shan, is go to BoxRec. Who am I going to believe, you or BoxRec? BoxRec has him listed as a boxer, and even if it has him listed as an inactive boxer, that still means he's a boxer. So you are entitled to your opinion, but the fact of the matter is, and I only deal with facts, is Conor McGregor's a boxer. And that's my source. Show me your source that says he is not. All right, now, you can be both. Claressa Shields is about to be both. Claressa Shields is going to take an MMA fight, and she is also a boxer. Amanda Serrano is she's taking MMA fights, and she's also a boxer. As a matter of fact, I believe Holly Holm, the same thing. We can go on. Again, they're not mutually exclusive. You can be both. You don't have to be one or the other.
We go crazy,
bro. And she's from New York. She should know that.
Rico got the best record in boxing ever on BoxRec, baby. How many knockouts, Rico? So, anyways, getting to it, I will argue that a boxer is number one on the list because Conor McGregor has a professional fight. And you know what? If we really want to get technical, his one professional fight was against a better opposition than some of the fighters that are still fighting today that we currently call boxers. How sad is that? We'll dive into that. But anyway, getting back to this, so their list is all whatever. I don't really take their list as gospel, but it is nice to see Conor McGregor make all that money because I remember when he was just begging for the Mayweather fight, trying to get himself on that list, and now he's topping that list. So salute to Conor McGregor. That's what you call hard work. You know what I'm saying?
They doing my man Connor's L. Man. Whoa. Lady Jan, watch your mouth, player. Lovejoy on BoxRec.
Hey, listen, man. I can only deal with facts, man. I'm not. Hey, that's an opinion. The fact of the matter is, my man Lovejoy took one L. But we're gonna talk about Lovejoy later. So I'm gonna follow the bouncing ball.
Actually, it's funny, Lady Shane, you brought it up because, bam, Manuel Charr for Lovejoy round 2.
Lady Shane hacked us. How she know what's coming up next?
She just felt the foolishness,
She's hacking the boxing bros. All right.
He never takes an L, even when he loses.
Never lost. Hold on a second. Let me cue this up for the people. All right, so for starters, man, it was hard as heck to find this fight, to watch this fight. Like my man, Lovejoy deserves pay-per-view extravaganza. But once I was able to find this fight, I was able to watch it. If you don't know what happened, take a quick look. All right. I don't know how this is gonna look on you, but if you don't know who Lovejoy is, you see Lovejoy in the corner. Bang. You see Lovejoy right there.
Saydırdı sevgili seyirciler. Christopher Lovejoy. Şu anda yerden kalkabilmiş değil. Yönetimi Manuel Charr. Bitti müsabaka.
All right. So now, the moment you've all been waiting for, we will discuss America's former #1 heavyweight, Chris Lovejoy. Conspiracy G, what was your thoughts on what you saw?
Man, I seen a guy that came in and just collected check, man. I understand why Don King didn't want him to travel over. It was in Germany?
Yeah, Germany.
I understand why Don King didn't want that fight. Because your man Lovejoy is trash, bro. No disrespect, but he is horrible. Like, Charr is way past his prime. And this dude had no answers, man. His defense was poor. I remember when he fell on the floor, he's like holding his arm in round one, like he popped something, and I'm like, fam, what, are you acting or you for real? And then round two, man, he did literally nothing just to get dropped, and then the fight was over. And then you had Charr doing like a old head cartwheel, looked like he almost tipped over. It was just, man, he's still a national treasure. Yeah, to the fools. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But that dude is garbage.
Yo, watch your mouth, G. All right, whatever, G. Go ahead. It's your time, G. I'm gonna let you be.
Yeah.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing else to you because people, people on my, whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah. So now
make my name taste like when you speak it. Go ahead.
but Lovejoy, man. Hey, I don't know how you can spin this after this. Like when you was undefeated, you kind of had like that mystique about you, where it's like maybe he could be that dude. But as of right now, man, nah, bro, you just not it, man. But it was a cool run. I just wish you did it with like a bigger name, or at least did it in the States, because it wasn't even showcased on any like network, you know. So you went over to Germany to get beat up. We have to watch on YouTube on somebody's like cell phone, man. So you could have did a lot better for yourself, bro. If you're gonna lose big, man. That's how it's supposed to be. If you're gonna lose big. But man, salute to Lovejoy, man. Like,
IITBE.
Man, I was on the Lovejoy train, man. And yo, he said he had no promoter, no trainer, no network, and he had no hands. And that's and you can see he did not belong in that ring, man. Man, you was calling out Wilder. I was like, let's see this dude really try to take on the Browns bomber, man. Let's see another heavyweight really call him up. Yo, Wilder will violate you, man. Like easy. You're tailor made. And you know, everybody was saying 300 pounds. I was like, oh man. I don't know if he came to collect a check. I really thought he just believed in himself. And you know, if you want to really take this game serious, Lovejoy, just go to the gym, actually find you a trainer, get your hands up, because you got the heart. You stepped in there, you took these punches, and you know, maybe you come back a better man, but you know, when you retired, you should have stayed retired.
Oh, Dog Bill, you with us, bro? I think Dog Bill's experiencing technical difficulties. All right. I was sad, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I took the loss hard. It was very difficult for me to get over. Like, I didn't have any fun. I just went to the house, sat in a dark room.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I fought back tears. I didn't want to speak to anybody.
Sad day, man.
I thought Lovejoy had it because he came in a trim and fit 306 pounds. It was 306 pounds of lean muscle. And he was saying all the right things in the buildup. So I was saying to myself, like, Lovejoy's going to really go out there and destroy that boy, Manuel Charr. I felt bad for Manuel Charr. I was like, this is going to go 2 minutes before Manuel Charr's corner throws in the towel. I mean, Lovejoy was doing his thing. And he made the news in his area. They put his news, you know, and I was like, yo. So I was in a really dark place. So I said, you know what? I'm in a dark place. I need help. So I reached out. To people on Twitter. I'm gonna show y'all. I reached out to people on Twitter. So I need help. And say, yo, I'm gonna reach out to people because I'm by myself. So I'm gonna show y'all right now. So I reached out on Twitter.
Normally I do this. You know, I typically don't get on social media, but it's been such a terrible day. And I just had to speak to someone. I can't believe Chris Lovejoy lost. I didn't see it coming. Never in a million years would I have seen that coming. He was practically unbeatable. And now that Lovejoy is taking his L, I've been questioning my contributions to the sport of boxing, and I'm feeling like maybe I need to quit. It's just, I can't get over this. How can the GOAT lose? How can the GOAT lose? Boxing will never be the same. I may never be the same. The cops are coming for me. Normally,
All right, so as you can see, right, like I was so hurt, someone put me on like suicide watch. They told the cops came like coming to the crib or whatever. But all that went away. And I'm so glad that I went to social media. And that's why, like, when you're going through things, you need to reach out because you never know who's listening. You never know who can be there to help you. You never know who can be there to pick you up. Because I was so distraught that people called the police on me to check on me because they said, hey, we need to put him on suicide watch. So, but before anything could happen, this happened. The legendary, great 19-1, somehow still with 100% KO ratio though, retweeted my video and said, we back in July. Let's get it. You see it right here. Chris Lovejoy himself retweeted the video. And after that, I knew everything was going to be okay. But that's not it. You see what Chris Lovejoy tweeted? Now that I think about it, someone may have put something in my drink. You see that?
Yo.
You all see that?
Nah, this is my first. This is new.
I'm saying, were you able to see the tweet?
Yeah,
Just now.
Yo, son.
Yo, listen. And then it all made sense to me. When I was watching that fight, it didn't even look like a real fight, bro. It looked like one of those celebrity events. You know what I'm saying? Like the little celebrity get-together joints. I'm like, yo, this is looking like one of the most sloppy fights I've ever seen. And it actually made me feel good for Lovejoy. I'm like, yo, Lovejoy got a shot. I'm like, yo, Lovejoy might really pull this off. And if Lovejoy pulled it off, yo, I was prepared to come in here, climb up the Eiffel Tower, and jump off with no parachute. I was ready to do that. And I'm still ready to do that. Because, I'm not making no excuse for Lovejoy. I'm not making any excuses. But how he really couldn't have a training camp. He spent most of his time in the air going to Germany. They didn't give him the best facilities. They didn't do that. They didn't give Lovejoy the best facilities. So now you got to think about that. And I'm telling you, it looked like Lovejoy was about to get up. If you watch the clip again, it looked like Lovejoy was about to get up, but he looked and like someone was going like this. They had like a picture of Lovejoy's family in the pocket. So Lovejoy was like, yo, if I get up, yo, I may never see my family again. So Lovejoy stayed back down. The German government would not let Chris Lovejoy beat Manuel Charr. And that's why that happened. But it's okay because they paid my man handsomely. He made $200,000 with no trainer, no camp, no promoter, no nothing. So what y'all saying? Y'all can keep hating on Lovejoy, but he's back in July. I'm not off the Lovejoy train yet. I still think that Lovejoy got another big fight in him, and he's going to shock the world. That's what I got to say about my man, Chris Lovejoy.
The Lovejoy Netflix series. I agree. You know what I mean?
The love for joy.
The love for,
for the love of joy.
For the love of joy. Yo, we are so stupid. All right, but this is another sad.
We've been waiting on Dollar Bill. I think he's having technical difficulties.
Yeah, I think he's on the road. So he's on the road.
All right, we'll move on to the next one. Yeah.
Your boy Cartwheel wants AJ or Tyson Fury next.
Rachel, we vibing on this one. I know we haven't seen eye to eye sometimes, but we vibing on this one. All right. I'm telling you, man, Lord, I wouldn't have made it to the show if Lovejoy didn't retweet my joint. So
you fool, bro.
That's my man. Shout out to my man Lovejoy, man.
Yeah,
that's a cool dude right there. All
bounce
right,
back, brother.
You can bounce back, Lovejoy. I'm still team Lovejoy. I'm not off the bandwagon yet. I'm gonna go down with the ship. All right, so in this article, if you look at it, it's misleading. And this is the Zone News, by the way. This is actually the Zone writing. It says Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. Winner could face Manuel Charr next. Yes, that's what you just read. And so if you look here, it says if he wins this fight, he could face the winner from Joshua Fury in the next fight. And basically what he's saying is like, here it is. It is important now that he fights and wins against Lovejoy. After that, I have big plans for him. That's what his promoter stated. And this article is on the Zone of all things. So you have to really look at this and take it seriously. So, Conspiracy, after what you witnessed from Manuel Charr, do you think he's done enough to get a fight with? Forget all that. What? I'm speechless, bro. All right, Manuel Charr versus the winner of Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts is what Lady Shan just said in the comments. What? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is crazy. On the next episode, For the Love of Joy, we got Manuel Charr talking about he about to get a shot at Undisputed. Get out of here, man. This is too much, man. Like, I don't want to disrespect Charr, man, because I do respect him as a legitimate fighter. But he an old head now, so he got to stay in the old head place. Like,
he got to go to retirement home, bro. What are you saying? He an old head. He got to go to an old head place.
the Mike Tyson circus. That's what he needs to go to.
He 36, bro.
He 36. Man, look, he don't fight like it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Homeboy, and then he like, he just, I don't know. They like survive like a machine.
He got shot. I know that.
Yeah, man. This dude got shot a couple of times or something, man.
Well, we got Dollar Bill, and
he needs to just relax, man. Oh man, damn. You know what I mean?
We here, Dollar Bill.
Yo, Trill got the old GAOL, man. You know
nah, Trill's on his phone, dog. Nah, you at the crib. Trill went from the crib.
Yo, I'm about Kaden, yo. I got the Ethernet now plugged in, so we.
Yeah, and you notice we ain't crashed since you've been using your Ethernet. So I will argue that's proof that it was your fault this whole time.
Amen.
Gee, let me stop. I'm being too hard on you. You about to get your fans. I'm not allowed to say anything. My bad. Let me just zip it up, dog. Go ahead.
Nation call you a cyber bully, son.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But anyway.
I've been called all kinds of bullies.
I just don't believe this, man. Like, this is kind of crazy. But I will say this. I could see Tyson Fury entertaining that fight for a stay busy fight, and I think ESPN will be foolish enough to allow Tyson Fury to do that. But man, that's the only way I could see Manuel Charr getting a shot at a champion right now, man. But nah, man, the homeboy's done, man. And his performance against Lovejoy was not spectacular at all. His jab was sloppy. Like, it was just a sloppy fight, man. It was nasty watching it. I felt dirty watching that dude bootleg it. So, man, but salute to both gentlemen, though. Man.
All right, TVE.
Man, I don't get how this guy gets to cut the line after like 2 years, 4 years off. He fought last time he fought was 2017. So it's crazy. But Lovejoy, you see, man, if you could have won, yo, you would have been first pick. Undisputed, yo. That's crazy.
My man was in line for greatness, baby.
Yo, matter of fact, can I get back on the train, yo? Lovejoy, you are a story, yo. I wish you the best, man. Yo, come back strong, man. Lose a little weight. Get you a trainer. Come train with the boxing bros. We'll get you right, man. Yo, Lovejoy. But yeah, Manuel Charr, yo, I don't think you got it in you, bro, to step out. I think this is just a payday. I don't know if it could happen. We still got Usyk. We still got what? Who's next in line? We still got Usyk. We got and White, and yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's a pipe dream. That's all.
I think we may have Dollar Bill back. Let me check.
Oh yeah, yes we do. Real Dollar Bill is back.
Dollar Bill, man. If people want to know your thoughts on Lovejoy, And they also want to know your thoughts on Manuel Charr fighting the winner of Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, because the zone is saying that, you know, it's possible somehow that might be next. So what's your thoughts?
I don't know. I'm just glad you made it through the whole Lovejoy loss.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
Right. And that shit. Because I was worried.
Thank you, bro.
I was like, no. But as far as facing AJ and Fury, not a chance. Not a chance at all.
I guess that's it from Dollar Bill.
That's it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say this. Hell no, Manuel Charr is not going to face the winner of Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Not only did his performance not deserve it, but that poor excuse for a cartwheel that he tried to do shows that he doesn't have the athleticism yet to face them again. I would say, Manuel Charr, if you want to take that win and you really want to do that, then that's fine. But everybody knows that you took the GOAT off of U.S. soil. You made the GOAT go to Germany. You gave him short notice, and you barely won the fight. Okay? To tell the truth, both of you barely landed punches. If you really want to do things right and you really want to make things right, you give Lovejoy a rematch in the U.S. on U.S. soil. Give Lovejoy a full training camp. Nah, bro, he ain't impressed nobody. You think people, Manuel Charr, real spit. And I like Manuel Charr because Manuel Charr actually watched one of my workout videos on Instagram before my account was private. So, Lovejoy, if you really want to impress people, Manuel Charr, if you really want to impress people, give Lovejoy a rematch on American soil and really knock him out this time. Because you and I both know it doesn't bother you, Manuel Charr, that Lovejoy looked like he could get up, but he chose not to. It doesn't bother you that, when Lovejoy got up, he looked and he saw, and then he started doing the whole shoulder thing. You know Lovejoy didn't get a fair shake. You want to prove you back? Knock out Lovejoy in America. I honestly think that this loss should be expunged from Lovejoy's record. When you look at all the obstacles he had to face Donald Duck Darn King. Okay, he had no trainer. He had no cut man. He had no corner man. He had no training camp. Went out there and went 2 rounds with you when he was 306 pounds. Don't let my man Lovejoy get down to 300 even. That's all I'm going to say. If you want to impress me, Manuel Charr, give Lovejoy a rematch in America. If you knock Lovejoy out in America, then maybe we can talk about you being back. That's how I feel about that.
Lovejoy.
I'm done with this.
It lasted longer than Lovejoy's career.
Watch your mouth, G.
All right, yo, Trill, help me out, man. I'm gonna butcher all kind of names, man.
Take us home.
Lewis Nery versus Brandon Figueroa. Reaction. I didn't watch that fight.
You nailed it. Oh, you didn't watch that fight? Can y'all hear me good?
I can hear you now as well, but I can hear you.
Raise it up.
I guess not. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear
you. Crow's having technical difficulties. All right, what I can tell you is I watched the fight. TBE, did you watch the fight?
Nah, I get to see it.
Can you brothers hear me?
All right, we can hear you now a little bit.
All right.
We can't hear you now. This is like a bad version of that Verizon commercial. Yeah.
And this is his division.
Yeah, so basically what you saw was 2 little guys exchanging, going back and forth. At times, I felt like Nery was getting the better of Figueroa, but in the 7th round, Figueroa was able to land like this uppercut type of shot to the body, and Nery wasn't able to handle it, and then he went down, and the fight was over. Overall, I thought that it was an entertaining fight. It was, to me, it was your typical bantamweight fight with back and forth action until Figueroa landed a really good body shot that stopped. Oh my God, yes, Arlette, thank you. That's the best part of the fight for me. I don't, Brandon who? Yeah, I don't know. He had a weigh-in one time, and Brandon Figueroa's sister was at the weigh-in because she's like a nutritionist or whatever, and she stole the show. But yeah, she's in great shape, and apparently she's really good at her job as a nutritionist. So salute to his sister. But that was my take on the fight. If we get True Dollar Bill back, he can give his. We can move on to the next one. On to the next one.
All right, yeah, it's looking like he's having technical difficulties. So next up, is there trouble in the Devin Haney camp? I don't like how this is sounding.
So there's been reports and even audio of Bill Haney saying that he's no longer going to train his son. Then you have some channels that reported that Ben Davison, Tyson Fury's former trainer, is now working with Devin Haney. I don't know. Let's see if I can click on this to see if it shows you. You see Ben Davison right here holding the mitts for Devin Haney. Can y'all see that, by the way? Because when I see it, okay, yeah, because I don't know what you see when I start sharing stuff when we do it on here. All right, and then this is a tweet that Devin Haney put out on the 16th at 2:06 a.m. He said, "Let's be clear. My father is my coach. I keep reading headlines saying I have a new coach." So there's all this stuff surrounding Devin Haney and who's training him, from his dad saying that he's no longer training his son to people saying that Ben Davison's training them. And you see the pictures of him working with Ben Davison, to now Devin himself saying that his dad's still his trainer. So, is all this a sign that there's trouble in Devin Haney's camp?
I'll say no, only because Devin Haney's father has always said, like, he wants to prove his worth to his son. And so, and he knows, like, hey, man, he's not really a trainer. He's just a dad. And so he always surrounds Devin Haney with, like, boxing minds. That's kind of like if we just came out of nowhere because we seen Devin Haney hitting the mitts with Floyd and be like, yo, Floyd's now the new trainer. It's just, they understand, like, hey, soak up game to from wherever, So Devin Haney is like literally a student of the game, and so yeah. So I won't take much from this, man. I've heard Devin's dad on a few interviews, and he just talks about how he understands his place and his role in Devin's career, and he just wants to put Devin in the best position to be successful. And so if that means going to like 1,000 training camps, different training facilities, different coaches, trainers, nutritionists, they'll do that because they understand, for Devin to have a successful long career, then they're gonna have to, invest. What's the term? Like, scared money don't make money. So if you want to be the best, you got to play with all the best. You know what I mean? Pause. That sounded kind of crazy.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah, you still on the punch off.
No, you still. Nah, go ahead, man. What you got to say?
Nah, what is it? Nah, I don't think this is there's trouble in the camp, yo. I just think like they just sharpening his tool shed. They're getting Haney ready, getting him exposed to different trainers, things like that, so he can just better his skill set. And the guy's, he's young. I don't see. There's never been. Well, I'm not aware of any past issues between him and his father. So, and at this point, like, he's trained with a lot, and he's trained like we've seen him with Floyd, we've seen him with other cats. He's trained with sparred with other like younger fighters. But I just think this is just him, just to help better develop his skills and his trajectory in the sport. So,
yeah, like that to me doesn't make any sense, and I don't know why people would always assume that when you see someone working the mitts with someone that's their trainer. You work the mitts with multiple people. Working the mitts is just something to get a workout. And there are a lot of people who can hold the mitts. So, for example, like I'll hold the mitts for G. Stretch will hold the mitts for G. G will hold the mitts for me. And Stretch. and we're training Stretch how to hold a mitts. So Stretch is getting better. He's getting better and better. That's just what happens when you need a workout. So Devin Haney may have been in the gym. No one was there to hold the pads. Ben Davidson's like, hey, what's going on, Devin? And Devin's like, yo, what you doing? Can you give me some work? Or Ben offered like, hey, man, you trying to get some work? I can give you some work on the mitts. And Devin was like, oh, thank you. It could just be as simple as that. People snapping their pictures, and now it's like, oh, Ben Davidson's his new trainer. Listen, I'm telling you, man, it happens all the time. If you look at Tyson Fury, he was just in, I think he was in Vegas, hitting the mitts with someone else, and people were like, oh, Fury's working with someone else. It's like, bro, sometimes you want to get a workout, and your trainer's not there, or the people you normally work out with is not there, so you just hit the mitts. Hitting the mitts is just a workout at the end of the day. I don't think it's a sign that there's trouble in his camp. I don't think that there's a sign that Ben Davison is his new trainer. G pointed out something that his dad has always said, which is like they like to soak up game. They like to work with a bunch of people. They feel like people have a lot of boxing knowledge. And boxing is a bunch of philosophies anyway. Depending on who you speak with, someone will tell you to throw a jab one way, someone will tell you to throw it another way, whatever. You got to find what works best for you and your technique, and you got to find your style. So they said that they like doing this. So I'm not surprised to see him working with Ben Davison on the mitts. Does that mean that's his trainer? No. Does that mean there's trouble in his camp? No. This means they were working the mitts. And I'm telling you, getting mitt work in is just a workout. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's not that big of a deal. So, you know, I wouldn't read too much into it. That's my take on it.
The next topic, which is Claressa Shields, Ned's stalkerish boo. You know what I mean? Well, Ned stalking this.
Ned stalks her, yeah.
So we'll make her MMA debut against Brittney Elkin.
Oh yeah, man.
First off, I don't stalk. I follow her on social media.
Where you follow her? You see? You were about to inadvertently confirm that you stalk her. But you can't stalk her if she wants you there, right, Ned?
Yeah.
All right,
we all know what Claressa wants.
Oh gosh, see, watch your mouth, bro. Watch your mouth.
She wants to be champion.
Because Claressa will run up on you, Ned, and I don't know how that's going to turn out for you. Because, all right, so Claressa's going to fight Brittney Elkin in her first fight as a MMA fighter in her debut. And if you look at Brittney Elkin's professional record as an MMA fighter, it's 3-6. She's lost 2 by KO, and she's lost 3 by submission. You see, it looks like her last fight was January 19th, 2019 against Dalzell. And I'm going to show you footage from that, but it was a TKO in the first round. And you look at her history, and that's what you see. So now we're going to show the video footage of the fight. Of Brittney Elkin's last fight in an octagon or in an MMA cage, whatever you want to call it. Here it is. All right, so Brittney's the one in the blue pants or the blue shorts against the cage right now.
Yo, she's a punching bag, bro.
That's it. That's Claressa Shields' next opponent, everyone. So, Conspiracy G.
Hold on. Where's Brittney from?
Hold on, let me check. Oh, man, I don't know. It doesn't really, where is she from? It doesn't say where she's from. Well, ESPN. Oh, she's from USA.
She's from the States, man.
Yeah, let me check her
part. Yeah, well, we gotta find out what state, man.
Yeah, it just shows. It just says USA in her height.
Wow.
Let me try to find.
Man, listen, man, it sounds like Claressa Shields gonna be eating some traditional USA, good old fashioned barbecue. Cause homegirl looked like a punching bag in there, man. I don't understand why she didn't attempt a takedown or something. She just stood there and got like pummeled for no reason. So I think it's an excellent matchup for Claressa. They brought in a bum for Claressa to work on.
She's from Wyoming.
Huh? And it's no
From
disrespect.
Wyoming.
It's just, oh, she's from Wyoming? You see?
Yeah.
Yo, we eating that Midwest. I don't even know what they eat in the Midwest, man. Like I think they do barbecue, but it don't matter. Nonetheless, Claressa, man, do your thing, man. This is honestly, I don't even know if I want to watch that, yo. To be honest.
Well, it's on ESPN Plus, I believe, so it's not like you got to pay some
Oh,
money.
it ain't pay-per-view? All right, cool. So
Yeah.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out, man. Yeah, so good luck, Claressa, man. Hopefully you take this girl out.
All right, man. What did she prove by beating this woman who was stopped in her last fight and is on a 3-fight losing streak?
It proves nothing, bro. It proves that, hey, man, Claressa, I get it, yo. You're gonna need all the work you can get to make it to Amanda Nunes. Amanda is gonna violate you in that octagon. Don't play yourself, man.
Yo, Bree Powered, you're right, bro. Because I was in Chicago and I got one of those deep dish pizzas. Oh man, it was so good, but I fell asleep for like 3 hours shortly after. But man, it was worth it. It was worth it.
We eat deep dishes out here, man. Claressa's eating a deep dish pizza.
Chicago style deep dish pizza. You know what I'm saying?
Word up.
Hey man, don't be laughing, yo. That deep dish was good, but it straight put me in a coma. You know what I'm saying? Ned, your boo, what do you got to say? Are you gonna be impressed? Are you impressed with your boo's opponent for her debut?
Hey, yo, Brittney signed a contract, so she better honor it, and that's all. Claressa, she gonna do what she gotta do in the octagon, baby.
All right, that's all Ned has to say.
That's
about
all I gotta say. I ain't impressed by. I wait till after the fight. Yo, that's it.
They doing Claressa breezy in the comments.
I'll say this. You know, I'm not gonna fault Claressa for dabbling in MMA to make some money. When Ned stepping back. I told you, ever since Ned saw Natasha Jonas, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to let Claressa know that he got options out here in these streets. You know, and if need be, he's gonna go elsewhere. It looks like some people are saying that Claressa Shields is going to get taken down and get bent up. So if she wins, I guess she does deserve credit. She's not the only fighter, the only boxer, as I pointed out before, who has turned to MMA. So in that regard, you got to look at it like Claressa Shields doing MMA isn't out of the ordinary. It's normal for women boxers. So I'm not going to fault her for it. It's her debut, so I'm not going to fault her for selecting being careful with the opponent. With that being said, if she wins, she is fighting someone who has 6 losses, who's lost their last 3 fights, who was stopped in their last fight, and someone who is pretty much a safe opponent. So for that reason, if she does win, I don't think her debut is going to say much other than the fact that she got her first official win in the octagon. Dollar Bill, yeah, we were talking about Claressa Shields.
I apologize. You know, it was my connection was terrible. It was terrible. I was trying. You see it like I tried like 5 different times, but I was trying to tap in with you guys. So I apologize on my end.
Well, you're with us now, Dollar Bill. So
yes, I am. And you know what? And I wanted to comment. I wanted to take a step back, if y'all don't mind, real quick, because
just leave it there though. You can talk about whatever you want, but just leave this up here like that. Jump right in, Dollar Bill, is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, go ahead.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Actually, we can't go back because we're doing this live. Yeah. Go ahead.
I just wanted just a quick comment about last night's fight. I was up on my feet because people don't know I'm a big fan of the Figueroa brothers, and I chant for the little guys. So I was on my feet, and I was cheering and I was yelling last night because this fight to me was an exciting fight. I know you guys over there, you big behemoths over there, y'all don't care too much for these tiny guys, but you know, I have a soft spot for these guys. So here it is. I wrote something down. I was like, amazing fight last night between Brandon Figueroa versus Nery. It came down to conditioning. Brandon proved he's not just the little brother of Omar no more, who was stopped in his last fight. He is his own man, and now he's the WBC and WBA junior featherweight champ. He stopped Nery with a left uppercut to the body in the seventh. Now he gets the chance to get another belt against the WBO champ, Steph Fulton, in September. I can't wait. Shout out to the little guys. So I just wanted to put that out there real fast.
I respect to the little guys.
Respect to the little guys, man. Respect to my little guys out there doing big things. The little guys doing big things, you know?
All right, we appreciate that. Now, what are your thoughts on Claressa Shields' opponent for her MMA bout? She's fighting.
Just there to make her look good.
just like straight like that.
That's it, just like that. She's just there to make her look good. Showcase for Claressa. Claressa, my sister. Didn't mean to dish you. Ned won't get with you. Probably want to kiss you. He definitely won't dismiss you.
I don't know. Ned didn't back her that much today, so
I'm just saying she gonna do what she gotta do in that octagon, yo. I'm not gonna say it's light work, it's easy work.
Be the next Heather Holmes or Heather Harley.
She's diverse in her portfolio, so shout out to my baby. You know,
yo, that's crazy. HLD, how you gonna do me like that? It's respect to the mighty mouses of the game. I feel you.
All right. So I guess we can move on to our last topic.
Oh no, you didn't talk about it, did you?
I didn't.
Nah,
I did talk about it.
Oh, you did? Oh, my bad. I was going last. My fault. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So our last topic actually is David Haye speaks about online hate. Oh man.
Yeah, David Haye speaks about online hate. So we're gonna let you hear what David Haye had to say about online hate, and then we're gonna talk about online hate. So let's listen.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Yo, hey Ned, we about to talk about online hate right now. So. All right, here we go.
I receive online hate, I'd say, daily. Since I've had some horrendous stuff said about me, my family, you know, my mother. You think, what's that got to do with anything? Someone messaged me on Facebook. He was so spiteful with what he said. I just said, oh, thanks for your message. I've taken it all on board. You know, I'm sure your mother, if she was to read this, would be really proud of you. Anyway, he responded saying, I'm so sorry. My mum's sick at the moment. I'm really stressed. You know, I don't know why I said what I said. You know, blah, blah, blah. And he actually apologized and said he's actually quite a fan. So that was the one time I really actually spent some time on it. And off the back of that, I'm like, he was actually a fan anyway. People are just struggling. The mental health in this country and in the world at the moment is in a very, very bad place. And, you know, people may see online abuse as some sort of outlet to get it off their chest, but they realize they're getting it off their chest and onto someone else's chest. And that's not right. I've never seen as much hate ever. It's such a divisive world we're living in now. I can't remember the last time I looked through messages because I know what it's going to be. They're littered with real stuff that triggers you, that'll trigger me, and I don't want to be triggered. I'd rather just. But then again, it's a shame because I miss out a connection with someone who's a genuine fan of boxing. Anonymous accounts are the ones that are doing a lot of damage. Rarely does someone have their full name. There's no need battling these people because you'll lose. What they want is your energy, and unfortunately, it brings a lot of boxers, big, strong, tough boxers. Take it. As a young professional boxer, you're supposed to learn the craft. You're supposed to fight people who are not world class. You gradually work your way up. People want to see him in there with the killers straight away, and that's not how boxing works. So you get fighters trying to fast track their career because they don't like the hate they get after an early win. I can only speak about boxers, but they really take on board what these haters are saying and try and change their career path as a result. Diminishing someone else's flame doesn't make you any brighter. I think it's a hard line on this type of emotional abuse.
So that was David Haye's message about online hate. So I'll start this one off with you, Conspiracy G. What were your thoughts on that and your reaction to the online hate that you experienced?
Yeah, yo, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I treat social media hate as just trolling, bro. Like, he made an excellent point. Like, when you actually interact with the trolls, you realize, yo, it's admiration. So I always say this: hurt people, right? And so this is their outlet, kind of like what he was talking about. Like, yo, they're going through so much stuff in life that it just makes them feel good to bully, pick on, degrade, like clown or whatever another person. So I don't know. I just don't take it serious, man. So like, I don't know anybody from a hole in the wall. So that, you know what I mean, when I read comments when they're dissing me, I actually laugh because I'm like, yo, that's funny, you know. But it's a lot different if a person's in your face and they're saying something crazy, because then it's like, all right, now I feel like this is an actual threat. But when it's online, man, it's just like, hey, man, whatever, bro. Like, it isn't. I'm not gonna lose sleep off a comment, so that's why it doesn't really faze me none. But salute to David Haye though, man, for bringing out this video, you know, because it does affect some people, you know, and cyberbullying is real, and you know, especially with the younger generation where their life is social media, you know, like there's some people, man, they probably feel like they'll off themselves just by seeing one thumb down on the video, you know, like I guess we're fortunate because even those that thumb us down, they still watch our videos. Or at least that's how we interpret it. So, you know, just keep doing what you're doing, man, because even hate is still love, just as long as you keep clicking on Boxing Bros USA.
I dollar bill.
I thought it was a dope video, especially him taking the time out to do it. You know what I'm saying? Him taking the time out to do it. For him, others, his peers, with young kids going on in the world, I think it's big, and I think it's also dope too. Cause I myself, right? I done got frustrated. You dig what I'm saying? Not, and I'm sure my other brothers can contest too. With this boxing channel, right? It's been times where I felt like the reason why we did this boxing channel was just to give our opinion, right? Our opinion on this sport that we love. We never said we was right or we're spot on, we this, that, and the third. We just said this is our great, giving you our opinion, our unbiased opinion on this greatest sport that we love so much. It felt like it was hard to do that. Because when we, you know, when we bash Wilder, we talked about Wilder not having those skills and all this other stuff. We talked about Earl being irresponsible. We talked about how Charlo, how sometimes he might come off a certain way and how people might not like him because of that. Everybody cheered us. Heard some people say, yeah, lads. Yeah, go mate. Talk that talk, Trill. Keep it real. You keeping it real, Caden. Go ahead, G. But then when you talk about certain fighters that they don't like or they don't rock with, or you talk about fighters that they do love, other fighters. They want to come at us with name calls, call us monkeys. You know what I'm saying? They want to talk to us like we're less than, which is not cool. Like, I got it. Like, we can agree to disagree. But once you cross the line, I can't respect you. It seems like a lot of people was playing a dirty game. And I don't want to play that game. I want to keep it fair across the board. So I understand what David Haye was saying. He said, Trill, you sound like you have a hangover. Dude, I don't drink, bro. I've been good. I haven't drunk nothing in 4 months, B.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. No, I'm good. Go ahead.
You good? All right, Ned.
Man, when it comes to online hate, I understand it's an issue for a lot. But for me, I'm with any type of hate. I'm just the type, like, if it doesn't terminally derail my life, I ain't gonna worry about it. It doesn't bother me. It's like raindrops on the window. So, you know, a lot of the hate we receive here, when I read it, I laugh at it. I think it's hilarious that people take the time out of the day to say some of the things they say to us. And also, I never let the trolls get to me. I'm a little bit of a troll in my life too. So, you know, I like to troll people when they try to troll me or come at me. Hence G, you know. But, you know, to those who get affected by comments by others who are irrelevant to them, I should say don't let it bother you, yo. It's like ants in the dirt or worms in the soil. You don't worry about it.
You saluting that clown that was just talking all crazy?
Oh, which one? Oh, who? Christopher Howard?
Yo, bro, I've seen Christopher Howard in like a lot of our chats. So regardless of what Christopher Howard says, he keeps coming back. So, so go back. No, go back to Christopher Howard for a second. No, his last comment. Go ahead. To
the last
comment. All you guys troll G. Yeah, go to that.
Well, it's true.
How do you know what we do? How do you know what G does? You with us all the time. Do you know G's behavior? Do you know what G does?
Yeah, they know.
You watch this show and you're like, you know, oh, you guys troll G. I'm actually use this guy as an example. Oh, you know, and he said, like, I love you guys. This is what I'm getting at. I noticed that this guy comments and watches videos that we do. So regardless of if he's saying something negative, whatever, it don't even matter to me. I'm just like, yo, thank you for watching.
Yeah,
that's the way I see it. Like, you know, so I know some people who regularly just leave negative comments about me in the comment section all the time. I see it.
I don't worry about those. Just like how me and you was kicking it, bro. Like, you don't ever worry about those that's about us. You know what I'm saying? We worried about the ones that's about our brothers.
Mm-hmm.
We never cared. We never cared. You know what I'm saying? Like, about what you say about us. Like, I can care less. Everybody know that I'm think that I'm high and mighty anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you ain't going to talk bad about my brother. And he feel the same way.
Yeah, it's difficult when you see like people attacking like your brothers. Like the hardest thing for me is to see people say negative things about like, say, Trill or G or Ned, and I know what's going on with them or what's going on in their life, and I see a comment and I feel like, yo, why would y'all say that to them? When people say something to me, I just feel like whatever. I'll be honest with you guys. When I see like all you saying stuff and y'all put my name in it, I'm like, yo, thanks for mentioning me. Like I'll just go back and forth with you. I'll have some banter. I'll meet you where you're at. Like I'll have back and forth with like people in here and we'll have fun, we'll laugh, but sometimes people be really disrespectful. And I just feel like whatever, you know, if you watch and you say something and it's negative to me, I'll let it roll off. But it does annoy me when I see people say negative stuff about like my brothers and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, if you're attacking me, I'm gonna tell you something like this. You address me at the end of the day. You took time out of your day to write my name and say something to me. I didn't do anything. So like I saw it. And if I feel like it, I'll respond to it. Because sometimes, like, you know, depending, maybe I'll feel like responding or whatever. But at the end of the day, if you felt the need to take a shot at me, that means Kanye got this line. He says, everybody feels some way about Ye, but at least y'all feel something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I feel. You feel some way about me, but at least you feel something. So at the end of the day, trolls going troll. You know, Shay's hilarious. Lady Shay's hilarious. Yeah, trolls going troll, but at the end of the day, I just don't care. I appreciate you watching the video. The way I feel is if you watch the video, you got the right to give an opinion and leave an opinion. But as long as it's respectful, we'll take respectful criticism.
All day, every day. You know what I'm saying? You come at me respectful, I'm gonna return respectfully. If you come at me disrespectful, I'm gonna say Chris Ariola.
You see, like this, how is that possible? You think that like we have some volume adjusters or whatever? Like what do you think? Like what system you think we using?
That's what Caden does over there. He got the joints that he turned down. So that's why I can never
equalize. I'm sitting in like with the studio, and I'm like, yeah, I'm turning G down. I'm gonna turn G down and turn my mic up. Like, yeah.
I mean, Caden, you have muted me in the past, so
G's the one who muted you most recently. Yo, you got me, bro.
Hold on.
You got me, bro.
Crooked finger interjection. That was my very first time ever muting anybody, and I
only muted that once too.
Oh, okay, all right, but I was just being funny.
I did it for a joke too.
I know, fellas. I know.
Yo, you need to make a shirt, Ned. I'm making Ned a shirt. Don't mute me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, but I will say this. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I don't use nothing special. I use this $50 mic that I bought, and it sits right here. Now, if I'm trained to project my voice and to like enunciate my words, that's not my fault. You can get mad at that, but that's just what I do for a living. So I apologize.
You know what? And I'm sorry. I got somebody that always gets on me in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? They don't even be disrespectful, right? Because they be like, I love the music, right? And then they'll hear another comment from them. They be like, Trill, speak up. I can't hear you. They don't be disrespectful. You know what it is? I really just be kicking it. I just be kicking it like I just be talking, boxing with my people. So that I don't feel the need to be, be yelling and all that. I just be, just talking regular. The next time I'm going to just yell into the mic that I got right here on the net. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, you already know. Boxing Bros, baby. What's up with you? You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I just be chilling. But I'm going to work on that. I'm going to speak a little louder. I just be, just kicking it like I be kicking it with my bros.
Everybody got their own levels, and like we'll work on it. But remember, we're doing this from like the crib, and it's not like we didn't plan on like this, right? So now we got to figure out ways to make everybody sound like at their best and to get certain levels. But we don't actually have that stuff. We need that. I wish we could turn volume up and turn it down. That's what I wish we could do.
But yeah, man. let's leave on a good note, you know. And that was the last topic, actually. So, Trill, if is it, anyone else have anything else to say in regards to this topic?
I don't got nothing to say. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming service. I am Trill Dollar Bill. That's my man, the TBE. And that's my brother, Caden. And right there, above me, right there, my man, the WBC, Punch Off Chin.
That's OG.
Conspiracy G. Thank you for rocking with us, everybody. Caden Training. Payday. Payday. Payday.